Are we good? Are we there?
Yeah.
Hi, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Soldiers of the Lich Queen. We left on a fun cliffhanger last week, so we're going to pick up with that pretty quick. But first, Justin with some channel announcements before I get to our recap.
Podcast, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, that makes the monstrosities.
All right. So, we ready for this recap, everybody?
Mm-hmm.
I actually zoomed in on the PDF this week, so like I'm not reading it at like size 8 font. So, hang on. This requires preparation.
Yeah, moisten that gullet.
Yeah. Okay. Hot holy hell, folks, and welcome back to Soldiers of the Lich Queen. Last episode, the Disaster siblings took on the last leg of the Bone Grinder. After a short little rizzity rest, the party entered what looked to be a dining room complete with shit tons of food. Alexa, play That's Sus and I Don't Like It. After discovering that the food was fake, the Disaster siblings decided to do the responsible thing and poke everything until something attacked. Alexa, play Be Our Guest, Volume 10. The encounter started off with Drew the Tank, last name, getting straight roasted by a pizza oven. Sid then slapped that brick baby with a spear boy, and Ilvem blasted the fuck out of a tableau. That's table for the uninitiated, except it's not. A tableau group of models or motionless figures representing a scene from a story or from history, such as a tableau vivant or a living picture. In a sentence, I wish I had a tableau vivant of Drew thunderclapping the oven's cheeks while Hannibal Montanable told the dead like a white country mom calling in her 3 strapping sons for supper. Congratulations, now you've learned something. The table, like any true horse girl, charged down Ilvem, knocking them to the ground. Enter knife play. Hannibal, a weapon to surpass Metal Gear last name, and Drew got dunked on by some cleavers, and Sid Weebfarer Naruto ran over to the oven and proceeded to mount that shit like insert dirty joke here. A few minutes of brick punching, sword burst, sickle strikes, and thorn whippets later, the credits rolled on Beauty and the Beast 2 Electric Boogaloo, and the Disaster siblings took another short and sexy rest before moving on to the next room of the Bone Grinder. No, we are not going to talk about how Drew got bodied by a table because she's a tank and she never goes unconscious. Never. Next question. Similar to my heart, the last room of the Bone Grinder turns out to be a fucking fridge, complete with ice pullers and a staff of that feel you get when you forget your scarf. Ilvem, the best of us last name, got the party started by slapping a good old hexy-wexy on that staffy waffy, and the staff retaliated by throwing it back with an ice storm. Drew countered with heat metal, and Hannah busted out the wand of fuckery and lit the staff up with a lightning bolt, destroying his wand in the process. After whiffing a spear toss, Sid summoned his handy-dandy helper arms and proceeded to hit the floor with his body twin, Drew. Thank you to the 3 Drowning Pool fans for understanding that joke. Luckily, Ilvem, Heels Good last name, got them back onto their feet before turning the staff into badly cooked spaghetti. Cue the shenanigans episode. Having defeated the Bone Grinder for a second time, the party collected the rewards: a cane that is secretly a sword, a chime of opening, and a tankard of sobriety. And after identifying them over at Master Exul's Emporium, they set out for a stroll around town. The party found their way to Bakir's Walk, and Drew sat down for some story time with Dee and Daddy about the Prophet Bakir, while Ilvem and Hannah Brigade devised a way to prank their siblings. Spoiler alert, it didn't go as planned, and the Disaster siblings started in a high-speed chase through the city, in which Hannah yucked Ilvem towards Drew with a gust of wind. Drew ended up covered in dog shit, and Hannah the Huge sought refuge in a river after Sid caught his vial of unidentified slime like some kind of Matrix bitch. The shenanigans eventually ended, and the party retired to the Onyx Cat for some much-needed rest. Lol, JK, the cops were called because of course they were. While Sid tried to talk down the police, a ruckus started on the river as a too-large barge moved downstream despite its calls for it to cease. Ilvem, having landed in the water after trying to tackle a guard, noticed that the barge had arms and legs, which, if you know barges, is pretty off-brand. Ilvem notified Sid, and our beloved anime boy made like a discount pirate and boarded the ship. After helping Ilvem on board, Sid heard voices down below and sent a message to one of the guards letting them know it's a Trojan horse. Cue some kind of fuckery as the barge transformed into a huge fucking mecha monstrosity and a bunch of ragged enemies with warforged limbs began raining terror on the city because nothing is sacred and Dee and Daddy likes it when the party stress eats, I guess. With most of the Disaster siblings still knocking on death's door after the Bone Grinder, can they help save Pyre or will this fight be their last? Find out in today's episode of Alexa Play Mighty Morphin Power Rangers theme hip-hop remix and Roll for Initiative.
Like, actually?
Yes.
Oh, that's part of the recap.
We usually end with a roll for initiative.
Oh no. Okay, that's not terrible.
I don't want to go first. I don't want to be the one that goes first.
I have changed my Zoom name to reflect how I feel right now.
Stop!
That's what's back in your fucking
Oh my
mouth.
god. For those of you who can't see, it says TPK hype. Stop, Justin.
Joe
Just
is
stop.
gonna die.
I mean,
Nobody is
realistically,
Nobody is allowed to die. Stop.
Realistically, it is like very hard narratively based
Yes.
off of like what we are to like
TPK.
just swoop in a new character on one death. So it's either TPK or nothing.
Stop.
So what
Well,
y'all
I
get
guess
for
we're
your?
going for nothing then.
What do we all get for initiative?
I got a 1+2. Or
Wow,
1 +
okay.
1, so I'm at 2.
Okay.
1 + 1 = 2. Quick maths. I got a 17.
Okay. All right.
I got something similar. I got a 7.
I see the similarity. Okay, Andrew.
16.
Okay.
Yes.
All
Carry the
right.
party.
So let's put these
The
numbers.
tanks.
The tanks carry the party.
Let's put these numbers in order.
I will carry this party with my 5 hit points.
I'll bring up the rear with my 7 hit points.
Let me just put all this in order.
I'm gonna put the D&D dad emoji in the Twitch chat.
All right.
Do it.
There's a god and he plays D&D and we're all gonna be fine.
There's a god. He plays D&D.
We're gonna get lots of natural 20s. Sam's gonna get lots of natural 1s against us. It's gonna be fine.
Why did you have to go and say that shit out loud?
I'm manifesting my reality, Kirkland.
Law of attraction. Law of attraction.
Law of attraction. You put out into
Let
the...
it. Good vibes only.
I cleansed my dice this week. We fine. It's all good.
If Hannibal and Ilvem die, we just play twins.
I love that. Can we play like
Okay.
really creepy twins?
Yes.
No.
We just finished
Can
some
I-
sentences.
I love that.
Can we get to the fighting now, please?
Well, all right. So just just for everybody, just to recap where we are exactly, just so we have a good mental image of this. Moments ago, just before where we're at now with initiative being rolled, there was a barge coming across the river, and then the barge started standing up as a massive Colossus-sized, jagged scrap metal made, basically giant robot. Started busting its way out of the barge and standing up in the river, letting the barge fall into the water. Sid and Ilvem were both on the barge and leapt onto the front and back ends of this giant monstrosity, hanging on to the various, jagged pieces of metal sticking off of it. Like literally looks like welded together scrap metal. Was made in a junkyard. And Hannibal is in the river, and Drew is still standing on the riverbank with a cop. And there are various guards on the riverbank. And as this happened, a myriad of hatches opened up all over the thing, and dozens of raider-looking individuals just popped out of the inside of it, wielding like janky firearms. Some of them have like limbs replaced with what appear to be like Warforged type limbs. But you've met Warforged before. They look like discount bargain Warforged parts, and also like the Warforged you see among them also kind of look like discount bargain Warforged. They are all like jagged, rusty, poorly constructed metal. And they have a variety of weapons. Many of the ones that have like the Warforged limbs also end in some kind of either arm blade or like spinning blade of death. It's
Great.
a lot. It's a lot.
Love that.
Yeah, it's a lot. So that's what you all see as they emerge from the inside of the Colossus. And there was just kind of a moment where everyone froze as this thing stood up and everyone popped out, but then the thing lets out a metallic roar, like kind of sounds like if a freight train slammed on the brakes. And you can imagine the sound that would make. This is the grinding of metal. It's that sound echoes out over the city. And that'll bring us up to the top of the round with Sid.
Sick. Okay.
Hanging on to the side of this thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm like down by the feet.
Yeah, you're like just above water level at the legs.
Perfect. And then how high up is Ilvem?
Ilvem is
in comparison to me.
Ilvem is more up towards like the waist area, like on the main body part, because it like the front and no, because yeah, it was. Oh wait, I'm trying to remember. I think Ilvum is like on the front end of the legs, yeah, because you both were fairly low down and we just like hopped onto it.
Okay, cool. And then how jagged is? I'm like trying to get a mental image. Like how jagged is it on the way up to Ilvum? Like if I were gonna try to like climb up, like
this basically ample handholds, pretty much. Like this is just plate. Imagine like plates of metal, but none of them meet like end to end. They're all like coming in at weird angles. There's pieces sticking off all over the place that you can easily hang on to.
Okay, sick. Then I'm going to try to climb my way up to Ilvum and where that hatch is.
Okay. Oh yeah, because that's right. Ilvum was right next to one of the hatches that opened up.
Yes.
Sure was.
Mm-hmm.
And so acrobatics check?
Not even, just move half speed. There's such ample handholds that you can pretty much, if you want to move, or actually I'll say you can move half speed to basically just hand over hand your way around. Mm-hmm. You can attempt an acrobatics check to move full speed around to like, parkour your way around this thing with the risk of falling. But half speed, you just move without risk.
Okay. And then how I got 40 speed, how
half movement would get you there, yeah.
Half movement would get me there? Sick. Okay, then I will get there to the hatch, mm-hmm. and there's currently a person with like a blade arm.
Yes, there's
spinning saw arm.
Yeah, there's a guy like leaning out. He's got this rusty like orange brown metal arm covered in just like spikes and metal plates leaning out. This one is just like a single blade that juts up like over his fist, and he's like leaning out, like snarling, wearing no shirt, covered in just like soot and oil and dust.
Sick. I would like to do just a simple little unarmed bonus strike.
Okay.
If I may.
Mm-hmm. Wait, with the bonus action?
Yeah.
I think the wording on that says you can only do it as a bonus action if you attack as an action.
Correctamundo.
Mm-hmm.
Balmy. Okay. Well then, I will attack, and then I will do an unarmed.
Okay.
Okay. So that is I'm doing this with. Wait, would it be? Can I use? I'm like trying to figure out because I'm holding on.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to let go. So can I only do one attack?
No, because you can attack with your same hand twice. Yeah.
Okay, but it'll be unarmed both times, or can I use my spear?
Is the spear one-handed or two?
Spear can be both.
Then you can make a one-armed attack.
Okay, sickening.
So yeah, you can pull it, hang on with one arm, pull out the spear, and attack.
Sick. Okay, thank you.
Headbutts do count as unarmed strikes. It just doesn't say hands and feet, it just says unarmed.
Love it. Okay. Oh god, quick maths. 22 to hit?
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay. That is 4 piercing for the spear.
Okay.
And that's not good. That's 9 for my unarmed.
That misses. So your first one, you manage to stab this guy with your spear, but then he sees you, notices you, and then you go into swinging for the punch, and he brings his metal hand up, and there's just boom, as your fist just impacts with his metal hand, and you just punched a big piece of metal.
Sick.
Luckily, you've trained for that, so it doesn't break your hand or anything, but stings a little.
Just another day at the monastery. We're fine.
Yeah. Anything else?
Nope, that is it.
Okay. That'll bring us to Drew. You're on the riverbank, and you can see you just saw Sid scramble over and then just stab a guy.
Tight. So is there any of the little rascals coming onto the bank on my side?
They haven't started getting off the thing yet, but it looks like they're going to be coming off on both sides. Yeah.
Tight. And from where I am now, how far away is the big boy?
It's like a 60-foot wide river. This thing is probably 20 feet wide because it's colossal. So, or gargantuan, whichever the biggest one is. So, gargantuan. I think colossal doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, that was a 3.5 thing. So it's gargantuan. I think it means it's 20 feet wide. So it's a 60-foot river. It's 20 feet from the riverbank.
We're going to do a little bit of triangulation math. From where I am, how far away and up are Sid and Ilvum?
We'll say about 30 feet.
There.
Yeah.
About 30 feet tight.
Yeah.
That's the answer I'm looking for. So Drew's going to quarterstaff slam down to summon the bear spirit totem on them.
Okay.
So they get 9 temporary hit points.
Oh god.
Fuck
bless.
yeah, we do.
And
Bless.
advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Yeah, we do.
And then, so there's that. And then Drew is going to book it to where it looks like the rascals are going to come onto the river.
Okay.
And while she's running, we're going to action wild shape into a wolf and just get ready to chomp.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is the first time you've ever wild shaped for a fight.
Oh yeah. Is that for,
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
for a
I think
fight.
for a fight like ever. Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god, this is so exciting.
Amazing.
I'm fucking desperate right now, fam.
Got a wolf. All right, is that Drew's turn?
Yeah, Drew
Okay.
is ready to chomp.
Okay. So the raiders, you can see them like as they're climbing out of these hatches and everything. They're all they pretty much all start climbing up the thing. Most of them do, and like going out towards the arms and hanging on. And it looks like they get out like to the forearms and the hands on either side, and then basically ready their action before this thing's turn. Oh, except for the one right by Sid and Ilvum, because that guy is very unhappy with having been stabbed.
Yep.
So he like swings his way out of the hatch and shuts it behind him, and then he's gonna take a swing at Sid with that arm blade
Okay.
for a 7.
Yes.
So
Oh
you just-
yes.
Comes swinging in. It looks very similar to a punch because of that. So you're able to just like block it out of the way, which is weird. You're like hanging on. You have to like let go for a second, block it, and then catch yourself again and pull closer to the Colossus.
All leg.
Mm-hmm. And then the rest of the raiders, yeah, they get ready to. They're just getting ready. Looks like getting ready to hop off.
Makes
That'll bring
sense.
us to Ilvum.
Okay, great. I'm thrilled. I'm having a great time. Really excited. I'm just gonna do a quick little like yell over to the guards to just be like protect the civilians. Like we're gonna handle this. Don't worry about it. And then I would like to try to just shove the guy out of the hatch so that he like falls into
Okay.
the river.
Roll an athletics check.
You have advantage.
I know. Okay, I got a 14.
Dude got a 4.
Yes.
Ilvum just reaches over, grabs this guy by the collar, and just shoves, and he just loses. Grip just loses entirely, and then just goes tumbling down into the water.
Where
Which
Hannibal is.
Yeah, Hannibal. Well, Hannibal, you're like 60 feet away though.
Oh, I can get it there. 30 feet of swim speed.
Oh, that's right.
Boom.
So you're about 60 feet away. So you see just like as a guy falls into the water.
And then I would like to enter the hatch, please.
Okay. So yeah, you can open it up and then climb inside. It's really cramped and dark in there. You can see just like from somewhere within the mechanisms, there's like this dull red light emanating that gives you enough light to be able to see.
I also have dark vision.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you can see just fine. You can see that, yeah, it's like a maintenance hatch. It's like super cramped in here and is filled like pipes and working mechanisms and things, but you can like wiggle your way inside.
Okay, I'd like to just like use my full movement to like wiggle my way inside and like through the thing, trying to.
Okay. So you start wiggling forward. You basically have to move half speed because you're squeezing. So you can only move about 15 feet forwards, but you can
I'm
start.
very slender. I'm a skinty legend.
Okay.
But yeah, okay, so 15 feet forward.
Yeah, so you get 15 feet forward and start making progress. You start making progress on your way in.
Great.
All right, that'll bring it to the Colossus's turn. So, Drew, you're like on the riverbank looking at it ready, and it starts taking steps towards that side of the river, just like advancing towards you. It basically starts getting up to the riverbank, and then it just swings an arm like over that side of the like riverbank, basically like over some rooftops and then down by the riverbank with you. And all of the raiders dangling off its arm take their readied actions, or their held actions, and they just drop off of it, just scattering themselves like over and around and behind you onto the riverbank and like rooftops and stuff.
Eating good tonight, boys. Crunch, crunch.
And that's all it's going to do, which will bring us to Hannibal.
Yeah, movement and dash to swim right up to the guy that dropped, or like
Okay.
get to the feet of the big old mech.
Well, so it moved over a little bit, so it and the guy are not next to each other anymore. So,
All right, well, I'll get beside him then.
okay, so you can get behind this guy. He's like down under the water, like trying to swim. You can tell it seems like he's having difficulty because his arm is made of poorly constructed metal.
I'll wave at him underwater and smile real wide, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. All right, that's Hannibal's turn.
So
Back at the top.
Still underwater.
Right.
Yeah.
Back at the top of Sid.
Okay. Are there any other hatches nearby other than the one that Ilvum just went to?
So as they came out of them, they closed them, and because of the like, because of the just jagged, mismatched nature of this thing, it's hard to tell which pieces are hatches and which pieces are just like weird armor plating that's sticking out at an odd angle. So you can try to find them, but it'll take a perception check. You'll have to like search around to try and find one.
Okay, got you. I'm going to go ahead and crawl into the hatch that Ilvum just went into.
So you crawl in behind Ilvum.
Perfect. And how far can I move?
You can move 15 feet because you would be able to move 20, but you run into Ilvum eventually.
Okay. I will, yeah, I will move right behind Ilvum.
Okay, so Ilvum, Sid comes crawling up behind you.
Great.
Can I use what I would have used to dash to like push Ilvum?
No, it's kind of narrow in here, so yeah, you can't really.
Fair. Okay,
right.
That's it.
Okay, that will bring us to Drew.
Closest one, crunch, crunch.
Okay, yeah, there are plenty scattered out around on the ground, on the streets around you. People have started to run and scream and everything, and like some of them are on rooftops and like going into buildings. But there's one near you, brandishing what appears to be, well, actually, I don't know if Drew has ever seen a pistol before.
No.
Okay, so some kind of weird handheld thing that's made of like a block of wood and a pipe.
Crunch, crunch.
Okay, go ahead.
That is a 13.
That does hit.
Hell yes.
These people are like mostly just like pretty much just wearing pants, barely clothed and not really armored.
7, 8, 9 damage and a strength saving throw, please.
9, very nice. That looks, so you just like run up and just like rip into this person's leg, just yank. Strength saving throw is an 8.
He is prone.
All right, so you just dig into you're like going for the calf, but then you manage to get just like a whole mouthful of thigh and just yank and shake side to side, and this guy just falls over the ground.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's.
All right. Anything else?
Let's go.
Okay.
No, ain't got. Let's go and attack.
All right. Raiders' turns. Okay. At this point, Drew, you can start to see. That was like the left arm that the Colossus swept over the side of the city. You can still see others hanging from the right arm. And then there's this one in front of you who is prone, and really not looking good. So the ones on this side of the city just kind of start scattering and just trying to cause as much chaos as possible. Whereas the one by you is going to pull out a dagger and try and stand up and try and stab at you. And by dagger, I definitely mean it looks to be a shiv made from just a jagged, just like part or something.
A
Like
rusted spoon.
yeah.
We're gonna need a
I
tetanus
like
shot.
rusty spoon.
Leans down, swings at you, completely misses, stabs it right into the cobblestone ground next to you, and just bends it at an angle and renders it useless with a nat 1.
Love it.
So terrible. Up top, however,
Manifesting our reality.
you can see 2 of the ones hanging from the other arm drop down, hanging from one arm, and take out their janky pistols and are going to take shots at you.
Oh. Save the tank.
That's a 15.
That hits.
And so you hear 2. However,
Oh my god.
the second one sounds a lot louder, and you hear ah! As
Oh, nice.
his gun misfires. These things look so janky. When it misfires, it actually explodes. And actually, well, let's see. Yeah, he loses his grip, and Hannibal. Another person falls into the water.
Ooh, excellent.
However, the first one did hit,
Yeah.
so you're going to take 9 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
Oof.
Bang, bang. Are you using the critical roll firearm rules with misfires?
Maybe.
If so, that's super cool. I dig it.
These ones are also like, they're effectively zip guns.
Mm.
So like
Nice.
it's like literally like a pipe made of like pipe and nails and like a block of wood, so they have
Nice.
way worse misfires than the
junk.
actual. Yes,
Love
these were homemade, so they are way worse.
The
Okay.
wolf is not looking so hot, y'all.
Mhm. All right. And then inside the Colossus, you can hear movement and talking on the inside. Sid and Ilvim.
Good.
Sounds like there is more people on the inside.
Sick. You
What
and
I
me,
was
baby.
Betting on.
All right, and then that'll bring us to Ilvim.
Great. I would like to full movement and action dash to go 30 feet.
Okay.
Wiggle
So-
my way through.
Actually, let me think. After your first, you don't need to use the full dash because after your
Oh.
first movement, 15
Sick.
feet, it opens up actually, and you can see it kind of opens up into not really a hallway, but kind of like more of a space that you can stand up and move more freely in. And I kind of mentioned this thing. It's like torso doesn't sit upright; it kind of sits almost horizontal. So
Mm.
you seem to have like come up the leg and into that section
Okay.
where now it's a bit more open. You see, from what you can see in here, there is what appears to be kind of like a bundle of. It's let me start this over. Large, more open space. There are several raiders inside here. There's like 6 raiders in this chamber. It also is kind of divided up. You can see there's like almost scaffolding creating like multiple levels, and up top you can see some sort of like larger mechanism where a lot like loud humming and clanking noises are coming from.
Okay.
And as you emerge, several of them see you. It also looks like the sides of this thing. Now you're seeing it from the inside because the torso looks mostly hollow. It looks like the sides of this thing are capable of opening like almost like barn doors.
Okay.
Mm.
Do I get the sense that if I were to attack the mechanical whirring thing up top, it would like do anything negative to the Colossus thing?
You don't really have a lot of experience with mechanics or giant creatures like this, but it appears you do get, you kind of get the sense that looks important.
Okay. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it.
Okay, so you can see it like through metal grating basically, but you don't have
Okay.
like a clear shot on it.
Then never mind. I'm
Mm.
going to Eldritch Blast a raider.
Okay, so make that attack.
I would love to. If I could find a single D20. It's a natural 20.
Nice. Okay.
Rose, I promise to stop talking shit.
Manifest our fucking realities, fam.
So it's 5, so it's 10 points of force damage.
Okay, so you just absolutely blast this one like right in the back. It just was not paying attention as you emerge. Just blast him right in the back of the head. Still up, but barely. As like there's like a slight sizzle coming off the back of his head. Like, oh, what? Hey, what are you doing? Get him! Get them!
And then do I have any more movement left?
It would have taken about your full 15 to like get out and emerge and like
Okay.
climb up.
Then I'm just gonna take out my rapier and chill.
Okay.
Oh wait, I would like to sidestep just like a little bit so that like I'm not standing like directly in front of it, so Sid can also get out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That'll bring us to the Colossus, which it is going to now. Drew, you see it just move across the river to the other side, where it sweeps its arm across and just lets down a whole slew of raiders on that side of the river. Just scatter them and spread them out throughout the city. And then it'll bring it to Hannibal.
Hannibal is going to swim away from these losers in the water and go after the mech.
Okay. You can easily catch up with it in 30 feet of movement.
Okay, cool. 30 feet of movement. I'm going to throw a firebolt at it.
Okay.
So obviously surface. So
you surface
works.
and then sling a firebolt at it?
Yeah.
All right, roll the attack.
And call it a hunk of junk. 21 to hit. Miss. Makes sense.
So it doesn't miss. It's the broad side of a barn, but you like, it just like, it's a good sized firebolt. You throw it, it's real good, but then like, it just strikes one of those armor plates and just fizzles off. Like it does not manage to hit. You realize this thing is covered in armor.
I cast Toll the Dead on myself.
Stop.
That's my
Those
turn.
words back in your mouth.
Okay. Bring us back up the top again with Sid.
Okay,
So
cool.
Ilvum climbed forward and like vanished from sight, and then you heard like shouting and sounds and like the familiar sound of an Eldritch Blast being fired off.
Sick. Okay, I will climb up.
Okay. So you
into
climb
the
up with 15.
space.
You climb up with 15 feet of your movement. You still have 10 feet of movement left.
Okay.
As you emerge out, and you can see a room with like there's still like there's like pipes and things in the way, so you don't have a clear view of the entire room, but you can see at least 6 raiders, one of which has a like you can still see like a little bit of smoke sizzling off the back of his head from where Ilvum just hit him with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, and then the mechanism is above us, and there's like metal grating.
Yeah, it's like imagine like 2 floors of metal grating between you and it.
Okay, and is there like a way up? Like, are there like hatches or like?
There's a couple ladders, but it's also those floors don't go all the way to the walls, so you could also just like kind of like climb the walls too to get straight up there.
Okay, and then where's the closest? How far away is the closest raider from me?
You could definitely within 10 feet.
Okay, sick. Then I will move 10 feet up to that raider, and I will smack him with my spear.
Okay. Probably the one that Ilvum blasted.
Yes. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's a 21.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Sid's dealing out the biats today.
That is 8 points of damage.
Oh yeah, I had 1 hit point left.
Sick.
Okay.
Love that overkill for me.
Run up and just impale him on their spear.
Fantastic. And then I would like to I would like to spend a key to patient defense.
Okay. As you come into this room and you get a better look around, you can see that you've kind of come into more of the middle of the room. You also notice that, like the sides of this thing look like they slide open like barn doors, basically. And several of the people around that you see, you've got basically a couple of them, one facing each side, wearing like some sort of almost like backpack type deal, but with like what looks like metal tanks, and then with some sort of like almost hose-like mechanism with a nozzle that they're holding onto.
Okay.
Wait, how many of those kinds of guys are there?
2, one on either side.
Okay.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
Roasted.
So, is that Sid's turn?
Let's see. Movement action bonus. Yep.
Okay. That'll make it Drew's turn.
Go crunch.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
one
you
that
still
just
got your
tried
guy
to
next to you.
stab me.
Yep.
Is he still prone?
No, he got up on his turn.
Damn it.
That bitch.
Right? Like,
Stay down.
that is a 10.
That does not hit. Man, just like leap back away from your jaws. They snap into air.
Oh, it's personal now, so.
Right.
Staring him down.
Anything else?
No, because I can't see Sid and Ilvum anymore, so I
Mhm.
can't. Bonus action.
Okay. So, Raider's turn. Let's start with the one by Drew, who is going to
Miss.
actually who is going to back up to provide you an attack of opportunity.
Hell yeah. Crunch. Ha ha ha. 18 plus 4, fam.
Yeah, that hits.
Roar. 5 damage.
Yeah, so he was like backing up, trying to get like a line of sight on you with the gun, and you just like leap at him and follow after, land on his chest, and just push him down to the
Crunch.
ground and just rip out the throat.
Crunch.
Yep,
Hell yeah.
he is dead.
Crunch.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Crunch.
Inside the Colossus,
Uh-huh.
so several of them reach over. Now that everyone has been dropped off on the sides of the city, several of them reach over on either side and pull at those like sliding door mechanisms, and just with like this horrible, just screeching metal noise that sounds like they're supposed to move like this, but it sounds like they were not well maintained. Just screeching noise. The side panels slide open, bringing daylight in. And Drew, looking up, you could probably just barely spot Sid on the inside of this thing, just surrounded by other raiders. And so the ones with the weird backpacks move up to the edge, so they're both like pretty much facing outward from the sides of the thing. And you can also see like one's up on, like, the doors are tall enough that they reach up those multiple levels, and you can hear footsteps up above as some of the ones with like the firearms are like leaning out as well. And the ones with the firearms basically just hear them just like blasts going off, so they just start firing like down into the city basically. And Drew, you can see guards start getting hit down below as they've been like trying to figure out just how to approach this thing. And the ones by Ilvum and Sid, there's a couple more in there that are going to draw their attention to them. So 4 of them total are going to move up, 2 up to Sid and 2 up to Ilvum.
All right.
So they're going to come at you with just like one for each of you has like the one, like a mechanical arm. None of them are quite the same or standardized. They're all different like sizes and shapes, but they basically have the same basic design, especially with that like blade attached coming off the arm. Some of them, like one of them coming up to Sid, like you don't see a blade, but then he like jerks his arm downward and a blade like emerges outward from a slit. Ilvum's,
That's kind of hot.
Ilvum, yours is just like bolted on basically and doesn't look like it's retractable. Either way, and then the other ones just come up and just like pull out daggers. So 2 attacks against each of you. So Sid, whoops.
Disadvantage.
Oh, that's right.
Patient defense, baby.
So that is a 10 on the arm blade against Sid.
Miss.
Swings over you and misses. And 21 down to a 6 on the one with the dagger. So you're like aims perfectly right for like your neck if you had been standing there, but you weren't, as you're now 3 feet to your right, and just whiffs through the air. And then against Ilvum, that's a 19. And
Disadvantage because I'm cute though.
I don't know. And that one's an 8 though.
Okay, well one of them hits.
All right. So that is going to be 6 points of slashing damage.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Do I still have temp hit points? I don't know how Rose's thing
Yeah.
works.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You get
okay.
the 10 hit points until they're gone.
Nice.
And those are the ones that go away first.
Nice.
Okay. And that'll bring us to Ilvum's turn.
Okay. I would like to bonus action a hex one of the flamethrowers,
Okay. If that's what they are.
if that's what they are.
I have such an amazingly.
And then I'm gonna Eldritch Blast. Oh wait, no, it'll be disadvantage because there's people around me, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna Sword Burst.
Okay.
So that'll be a dexterity save from both of them.
Okay. Oh, so Hannibal, the ones in the water by you, you can see them they swam for the edge. They swam for the surface. That's what they were doing.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
I had swam 30 feet towards the big mech
Yeah,
thing.
so you're not next to them anymore.
I have
All right,
a
so
really
the
bad
first
idea.
first one got a 1, second one got a 10.
Haha, they both fail.
All right.
I mean, it's a d6, of course. It's a 6.
Okay, so they both take 6.
Yeah.
As those opalescent swords just burst out from you in every direction and stab into them.
Yes.
All right, anything else?
No.
All right, Colossus's turn. Hannibal, you see it just start walking up the riverbank, like kind of using its arms to like climb up the riverbank as it starts to move up into the city. And yeah, it has a 60-foot move speed, so it's moving kind of slow as it gets out of the water and everything. It has to like climb its way up, but it gets up to out of the riverbank and gets to the first like building it sees and just brings a hand down and just drives a fist down into the roof and just sinks in up to the elbow before pulling out and just bricks and mortar and shingles falling off of it.
Yeah.
And inside Ilvaman said you could like the whole place kind of like shakes around as it moves and all of this happens.
Love it. Love that
Not
for
a
us.
vibe. Correct. It is
Not a vibe.
And then Hannibal, that brings to you.
How far away is it from me?
I'll say between having to like climb up the riverbank and like move the rest of the way out of the water, it still had to move half speed, so it's 30 feet away.
Could I reach it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get right up to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've tried doing this trick before to a certain giant that was possessed, and I haven't gotten rid of that other item yet. So I'm gonna try to do it and get this thing the fuck out of the city. I'm gonna take my bag of holding and my other bag of holding, put it.
We are inside.
Yeah, you can see Sid and Ilvam inside of it.
It specifically says only creatures within 10 feet of me get sucked into the astral plane.
But we're inside of it.
Yeah, they will fall if it vanishes. They'll all fall. Also, I thought you got rid of one of your bags of holding?
I did, but I replicated another one at a long rest.
Okay.
Ball sacks. Okay.
Did I just hear Twilight music?
Maybe.
Alright, Hannibal can't really do much of anything, so that's my turn.
Okay. I mean, there are a bunch of raiders like running around on like ground level around you too.
How many?
Quite a few. It probably dropped off like close to 15 of them, just like on your side of the river.
And how far away are they from me?
Closest one is probably like 20 feet.
Alright, yeah, I'll just do a firebolt at that guy then.
Great.
23 to hit.
Oh yeah.
7 fire damage.
Okay. So yeah, you see one that was like moving towards the group of guards on this side of the river, and you just smack him like right across the shoulder. Like you catch him across the shoulder and like down the front as like you can see his skin just char, and he turns around and turns his attention to you as the guards are like trying to fight back this group of people.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. That'll bring us to Sid.
Okay, so paint me a picture. So there's currently 4 dudes around me?
No, 2 by you, 2 by Ilvam. And you two are pretty close to each other, but you did move up away from Ilvam a little bit.
So how close am I to like one of the nearest people on Ilvum?
10 feet.
10 feet?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So no, never mind. Because Sentinel is creature within 5 feet, so it doesn't matter if my arms are 10 feet. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and spend a key and Step of the Wind to disengage from the 2 people next to me.
Okay.
And I would like to get into flanking with one of the people on Ilvum.
Okay, you can pretty much get behind both of them because it'll be like you, them, Ilvum.
Sick.
Okay.
Okay. Then we will do that. That was my bonus, and then I will go ahead and stabby McStab one of them with my spear.
Okay.
That is 15.
Yes, that hits.
Sick. 8 stab.
That one goes down. So you come up behind, like this is the one with the arm blade that's like coming up for another swing at Ilvum, and you like just come up right behind him while he's not paying attention and just skewer him through the back, and he just goes down.
Sick.
All right.
That is all.
It's Sid's turn. All right. Drusilla, you're still, I think. Oh yeah, you took down the guy around you. You've got like blood dripping from your mouth from killing him. But there's a bunch of these guys all around. You're trying to like pick your next target. There's some close to you, but you can definitely see several getting away and starting to run down the street, chasing after several civilians. At which point you see essentially a blur of cloth and motion, and the 2 that have gotten the furthest away just it looks like they get hit, but you don't actually see what hits them as they just like snap back as if they ran in, like got clotheslined on something invisible and fall down just as that blur of motion that passes them ends right by you. And you recognize a woman that you saw in the Temple of the Silver Flame with completely shaved bald head and blue crisscrossing line tattoos all over her face and hands and body. Which at this point, all of those lines have like flared into a slight silver light. She like almost skids to a stop by you, and you can see like several raiders just get struck. Like it's almost like as she stops, you can see the impacts after the fact.
So sexy.
So like the anime sword was just like, and then they all cut in half. Hell
Yep.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Love that.
Love this.
Very
And
iconic.
Once again, incapable of making an unfuckable NPC.
And then she looks around. She sees the guards. There's a wolf like fighting them, so she's like, okay, an animal is helping, cool. But looks at the guards and just says, "Don't worry, help is on the way." Before leaping down off the riverbank and just running across the surface of the water towards the Colossus. And Sid, you can, as you're leaning out your side of the thing, you can see this woman just like running along the surface of the water, and you're like, "Oh hey,
Oh,
I could do that eventually."
Oh hey.
And that'll bring us to Drew.
Hey. So just give like a little like sup nod. And then 40 feet, go for one of the raiders. We crunching.
Okay.
Crunch. Crunch. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
That just hits.
Fuck it. 4, 7, 8, 9 damage and a strength saving throw, my good sir.
All right. Yeah, you just hit, so it's one of the ones with the arm blade, and it's like reaches out just with the metal arm for you, just like duck just underneath it. You could feel like it almost like brushes through the fur on like the top of your head and along your back. You just come up and then catch him right underneath the arm.
Hot.
Strength save is a 6.
He is prone.
You grab him up underneath the arm and then just twist and yank and drag him to the ground.
Just right into the concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
All right, Raider turn. So, Drew, that one by you is gonna stand back up and try and stab at you with the arm blade. 13.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. For 9 points of slashing damage. Rolled max.
Okay. Drusilla's down.
Oh, like
No.
through the wolf and also your HP?
Through the wolf and my hit points.
Oh.
I had 9 hit points, 2 from the wolf and 7 from Drew.
Oof.
Oh my god, no.
So
he
yeah, Drew's out.
Stabs into a wolf and pulls it out of a Drew.
Mm-hmm. He stabs into a wolf and pulls it over a little 4'9" shit-covered goblin.
Huh? All right. And then inside,
You're not allowed to die.
No.
Ilvem one attacks you, but
Oh, Sentinel.
Yep.
What's good? 15.
yes.
And that is my offhand, right? Yes.
I mean, it's your.
It's my unarmed.
Yeah, I think so. Well, actually, I think it's whatever weapon you have.
Is it whatever I have? Hold on,
Yeah.
Reaction to make a melee weapon attack. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No,
Mhm.
all right.
So it could even be your arms if you wanted to throw out. But yeah.
Set. 4.
Just barely still up. So
Oh.
this guy lunges at Ilvem with a dagger, and Ilvem, you can see Sid comes stabbing and almost take him down, but he manages to stay up long enough to roll a 5 to attack you.
It doesn't hit.
The spear was really distracting.
Honestly, getting stabbed in the shoulder is probably really distracting. However, the
As
two
you do.
behind Sid do then attack
Okay.
for 20 to hit
Yep.
and 16 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, so the arm blade does 4 points of damage,
Okay.
and then the dagger does also 4 points of damage.
Okay.
So
Sick.
8 total.
Sick.
Okay. So you still got temp HP up.
I have 1 temp and 5 reg.
Whoop.
Yep.
All right.
Fine.
I'm so glad it.
And then Hannibal, the one down by you,
Yeah.
turns away from the guards that he was menacing and comes at you. Actually, this is one of the ones with the pistol. So he just like turns and is going to blast back at you with the pistol.
I'm a tank. I had to drop my armor to do that extra bag of holding, so
Rolled a 7 though, just barely
Sweet.
did not misfire.
doesn't hit though.
So yeah, you can see this. Hannibal gets a good look at this. You can see this janky thing. It's made. Yeah, you can see like a piece of pipe and like this mechanism that looks like it's not even like a spring loaded or anything. Like the trigger is just a lever that pulls the hammer mechanism in, and then you have to just like reset it manually as it just sends out like a big cloud of smoke as it fires and just completely misses you. It just shatters a brick wall behind, not a whole brick wall, but just like chips a piece of brick off a wall behind you.
Amazing.
And okay, that'll bring us to Ilvem.
I'm just gonna stab with my rapier.
Okay.
The one that has 1 HP.
Okay.
Oh wow, I don't hit though. I don't hit.
What'd you get?
I got a 7.
Oh yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. This guy with the dagger, like looking back and forth between you and Sid, you stab him with the rapier and just manages to knock it out of the way with this rusty, jagged piece of metal.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
Anything with a bonus action?
No.
Okay. Then that'll bring us to the Colossus, which just goes wading into the city and just starts smashing into buildings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. On the Raiders' turn, just before Ilvem, the ones with the nozzles and hoses were leaning out the side and basically, just press something down and just a cone of fire comes out of the nozzle and they start blasting them down off the sides of the Colossus as it's going through the city, just lighting buildings. And that'll bring us to Hannibal.
His head's concentration.
firebolt the guy near me.
Okay. Blasting back and forth at each other, duel style.
22 to hit.
Yes.
3 fire damage.
Okay, he is barely still up.
Oh.
You've hit him. You've hit him in the back. You've hit him in the front, and he's like almost goes down to one knee and then comes up, shaking hand, pointing the pistol at you. It still needs to be reloaded though.
All right, I'll just walk up to him then and end my turn.
Okay. Top of the order before Sid. On one of the nearby rooftops, closer to the Colossus, Sid and Ilvum, you'd be able to see there is a flash of bright light up on one of the rooftops, and 2 people appear. The tail end of a teleportation spell. One of them is an elven woman that you may have seen around the Temple of the Silver Flame wearing cleric's robes. And the man is wearing robes very similar to the professors at the university that you went and visited to, like similar to what Master Vara would be wearing.
Sick.
The man is probably like 6'5". He looks like he's a human though, but just very large, just a very wide built man with like a big belly hanging over the belt of his robes, short and messy red hair with a scraggly beard. The woman is just, he looks like he's like already sweating and like eyes darting around. The woman is very serene, just has that like, cleric's confidence, standing there with, her pointed ears coming out from her hair, which is like held back by a circlet, hands still like held in her white robes as she appears next to him looking around. She steps up to the edge of the rooftop and then holds her hands up into the air, and then looks up, mutters a prayer, and as she does, there's just a wave of whitish silver light that just emanates off of her as she casts the spell Mass Heal, which, they're on one of the buildings closer to the riverbank. Everybody's at full health. It heals. It heals. Yeah, you are just inside the radius.
Even the people inside the mech?
Oh.
What?
Even the ones inside the mech?
Because the sides are open, so
right. Cool.
So it has line of sight. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. It heals a.
God.
I just can say that with confidence because it heals a combined total of 700 hit points.
Oh my god.
So yeah, you can see like there are guards that have been like cut down and like are laying bleeding on the ground, and like civilians that have been hit, and like all of them, you can just see this light wash over them, and their wounds just seal up immediately.
It's like unbelievably sexy of her.
Gasping breaths as everyone lurches back into consciousness, avoiding all of the raiders.
Yes. Love it. Yes.
And you can see she just finishes her prayer and puts her hands down and just like nods and looks over at the man that just teleported them in. Bring it to Sid's turn.
Sick. Okay, I am going to Can I stab one of them with my spear and then unarmed the one in front of Ilvum?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, so we're gonna go with the spear for the other one.
Okay.
That is a 16.
Yes, that hits.
That is 8 stab.
Okay.
And then I will unarm to the one in front of Ilvum. Or well, I'm going to do spend a key, flurry of blows.
Okay. So you make 2 attacks. First one at the one by Ilvum?
Yes, and that one will probably miss. That is a 9.
That will miss.
Okay, so we're gonna use the other extra one.
Okay.
Boy howdy, it's 17 plus 5.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay. All right, and that is 4 plus 3. Goodbye.
Yeah, I also had 1 hit point left. So he manages to dodge like Ilvum's rapier, and then one blow from you. He's like, and then you just smack him across the face. Just freeze frame as just like face is like pushed to one side, tooth goes flying, and then just crumples to the ground.
Okay, sick. and then there's 2 left, sort of behind me or like next to me, correct?
Yep, 2 by you,
Okay.
yes.
Awesome, fantastic. And then that is the end of my turn.
Okay. You see, this brings it to the monk outside that was following along, running very quickly. Drew, you like lurch awake as you woke up, and you can see, the monk lady running across the water without breaking stride. Ends her turn, or she ended her turn actually on the other side of the water. Gets up and just starts running up the leg of the Colossus. Just like her movement does not change; it just rotates from horizontal to vertical as she just starts running up the side of it. And Sid, you're just seeing so many class features you're going to get in action.
I want to be her so bad.
As she basically gets up to the opening, and then, effectively Sid and Ilvim vanishes for a moment, and the 2 holding the flamethrowers, you don't actually see the impacts. You just see them start falling. And then she basically reappears on the other side, like on the other side of it. Those like blue tattooed lines like flared into life. And Sid, looking at this from a monk's perspective and with your senses and everything that you've trained, what you see, like everyone else sees just like a cool silver light emanating off of her. What you see when you look at her is she is burning ki like a furnace. Like, you don't even know how someone would expend ki in the way she is doing it.
Oh my god.
Before starting to then continue running up the side of it. Like, if it seems like she's taking more action than she should be able to, it also seems like that she is moving way faster than you've ever seen a monk move. And then you can just feel some shuddering impacts as she gets up to the front of this thing and pretty much punches it in the face 3 times.
That is awesome.
And you're not quite sure how she's doing that. Bring us to Drew's turn.
God.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, concrete. So the raider that tried to stab her and did stab her is still in front of her?
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. He gonna get a yap. Fucking personal
Bring
now.
the yap.
Fucking personal. For an 18 to hit.
That does hit. Bring the yap.
Yeah. The yap. For 6.
That is
6
enough.
points of yap.
I'm assuming you stand up as part of this.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he like has lost attention because he sees this woman effectively punch their Colossus in the face, and he's like, "Huh?" And as he's paying attention to that, you like stand up, and as you rise, just bring the staff up right into the underside of his jaw, and you just hear a crunch as you impact the underside of his head, and his head snaps back, and just like a tree, just topples over backwards.
We're gonna take a breath
Mm-hmm.
and survey the scene.
Okay. Take a look around. You've got you still got more raiders running rampant on your side of the river, running around chasing. This is the side with the least guard presence currently, so they're kind of just chasing after civilians that are running and trying to hide in buildings. Other side of the river, you've got the Colossus just crunching through buildings at this point, although it just got halted a little bit by the monk punching it in the face. And it seems like guards have begun to engage raiders on that side, and you can see Hannibal just like on the outskirts of that conflict, just moving up next to another one.
Okay.
All right. That will bring us to the raiders themselves again. Whoops. All right. Inside the Colossus, the 2 by Sid, one of them is going to rotate around so that it's one on one on Sid, one on Ilvim. So we're going to do one on Ilvim first.
Oh,
Sentinel.
hot dog. Let's do it. Ooh, boy. That is 19 plus 5 quick math.
That does hit. And this is the one you've damaged already.
Sick. That is 7 points of stab.
Ilvim, one of them comes at you with the arm blade and just gets stabbed in the side and just tossed out of the way before he can make impact.
Cool.
And then the one behind Sid for a 3. That's a nat 1.
Lol.
Nowhere close. Nowhere. Just
Lol.
you block. He comes stabbing at you. You block him in the wrist so hard that he lets go of the dagger and it just goes tumbling out the side of the Colossus.
Love it.
Falls to the ground below.
Sid, Mom, Wayfarer.
And then
For
that'll bring us to the one by Hannibal, who is just gonna try and make an unarmed strike because Hannibal just got up in his face. He's like, that's a 9.
Nope.
Just tries to swing at you, and Hannibal just dodges. All right, that's all the raiders. So, Ilvim, down to you.
Okay, so the flamethrower that I had my hex on is dead.
Yes.
So I would like to bonus action move it to a creature.
All right.
And I would like that creature ideally to be the Colossus.
All right. What saving throw does it have disadvantage on?
Strength.
Okay. Or not saving throw. Check. But yeah.
And then can I use my movement to start getting up so I can get a clearer shot on the mechanical stuff?
You can. Yeah. You can start. You can see there's a ladder nearby, so you can start making your way up towards that.
Okay.
Which, if you want to bonus action, you can pretty much make it up there. Or sorry,
Okay,
action bonus. Or if you want to dash.
Yeah, I will dash so that next turn I can start wailing on it.
Okay, you make your way up. I will tell you, after your first movement and you get about halfway there, you spot that there are 2 Warforged standing next to it, standing guard.
And I don't have a clear shot from where I am. I'd have to get to where they are.
Correct. Yeah, because it's there. It's on a separate platform. Yeah.
Okay, then
and it
I
gets
will
narrower as it goes up.
Get where they are. But as I'm going up, I'm going to be like, "Come on, Sid, catch up."
Okay. Yeah, and they were standing perfectly still, almost leaning back into the wall, and they start come to life almost as you approach and get closer. Okay. And that will make it the Colossus, which is just going to keep stomping its way through the city, moving toward just trying to smash buildings as it goes. The whole thing is just moving and shaking on the inside as it walks. Bringing us to Hannibal.
He tried to do an unarmed strike against me. How bad is he looking?
Real bad. Real bad.
I'm gonna try to do the same thing, but snap his neck then.
Okay. Roll the attack.
13 to hit.
That just hits.
3 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, so it's he took just big wide open haymaker swing to you. You just stepped out of the way, so he stepped past you. So and then just as he's passing, you just reached out and just falls with the face first to the ground. Just continues the momentum of his punch as he falls.
Excellent.
Sid would be proud.
I am.
I guess I'll approach another one that's close.
Okay. Yeah, you can see that you're definitely helping lessen. After that, a couple more of them have turned their attention to you, and you're helping lessen pressure on the guards that were gathered on the riverbank, which is what seems to be the focus of a lot of these raiders.
Cool. That's my turn.
Okay. Back up at the top with we got that cleric and we've got that wizard. The wizard last turn would use his turn to teleport, so this time he steps up next to the cleric and begins casting a very complex, intricate spell. Hannibal, I think you have line of sight. Yeah, I think you can see this because he's on your side on one of the rooftops. As he's casting, why don't you go ahead and make me an Arcana check, because this is a thing that has been described to you.
19.
Okay. As he begins casting the spell, you notice that the casting is a lot more intricate than it's a lot more intricate than most spells, and it appears to be it's almost for lack of a better term, it takes two spell slots to cast this bad boy. As he casts what appears to be an artifact spell, which Master Varro described to you at one point. And as he finishes, 3 massive black chains just kind of erupt, just summon out of nowhere, swirling into the air behind him, each just like glowing with orange runes along each of the links. As he gestures them all towards the Colossus, they lurch out and just wrap around its arm, one around each arm and one around its waist. And I'll actually have to roll for this. Successfully grapple the Colossus in place. And
Sweet.
since all three of them are holding onto it, it is restrained.
You're welcome, Mr. Wizard.
Hey, you, the two of you inside just feel it lurch to a halt as it's just hung in place.
Love it.
And the cleric leans down. You can see you see her start spot checking guards that are like have received damage since last round, and just starts just calling out some mass healing words, and just guards en masse just start having their wounds close up, just managing the damage of the battlefield.
So hot.
Now that'll bring us to Sid.
Okay. First off, thank you, chat, for helping me count. Secondly, I would like to attack the guy in front of me. My goal is to incapacitate, not kill.
Okay.
I want to try to keep this guy for questioning.
All right.
So let's do it. 14.
Yes, that hits.
Sick. 4 damage.
Okay. I think this guy was. Yeah, this is the one at full health still.
Okay, sick. Then we'll do an unarmed.
All right.
That is not good. Yeah, that's an 8. So nope.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Boy howdy. And that
Yep.
is my turn.
All right. Yeah, from that brings us to the monk outside. You could like just hear these thundering clanking sounds as Hannibal and Drew can see her on the outside just moving along the surface of the Warforged, just punching as she goes, occasionally doing that vanishing thing as just like several more punches appear along its dents appear along its side. Doesn't look like she's doing a ton of damage, but definitely keeping it occupied. And that'll bring it to Drew.
Wolf.
Okay.
And then
Wolf.
40 feet to the nearest raider just to get in their face.
Okay.
Nah, don't attack civilians.
All right. And all right, those Drew Raiders. All right. The one you just moved up next to was this one's just got a big, just basically just wielding a pipe as a club, pretty much. They're a little bit mismatched in their weaponry. For a 9 to hit, they're rolling so bad.
Nah, fam.
Whiff over the wolf. The one by Sid is gonna attack. Also a 9. Wow.
Nice.
And one by Hannibal.
Yep.
Or one of the ones by Hannibal. You're gonna come up with what? This is one of the ones with the arm blade.
Go for it.
That is a 16.
That does hit.
Okay. For 5 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
Okay. Yes. All right. And then that will bring it to the Warforged up by Ilvem. Both get to go.
Great.
So yeah, they are going to come up. Both of them, as they come to life, you notice the ends of their arm, their left hand instead of a hand is basically just a circular toothed blade that just starts spinning
I love that.
as they advance towards you.
I'm really picturing them as Andromon, you know?
Yeah, fair. A little more rusty and jagged looking, but yeah, more or less. So both of them are going to attack. 24 on the first attack.
Funny enough.
That just hits.
And then the second one's attack is a 17.
Okay.
So that is 7 on the first one and 9 on the second. So 16 damage total.
Okay. I can do math. I'm still alive, for sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then after them, Hannibal, down below on the ground near you, you see a familiar flash of light. You have seen Grantar and other Gith appear in this similar manner. However, after this almost like rainbow flash of light that reminds you of what you've seen of the astral sea fades, you see the Gith bodyguard off the Galden ship, as well as the man in armor with the single-edged sword, both appear on the ground, and they both like look side to side and see the guard struggling with the raiders, and she nods over towards them as she, with her sword out and just burning with blue fire that does not look like anything you've ever seen. That's not a gift thing. As she marches off in the direction of the Colossus, and the guy with the sword heads off and just starts carving into raiders over by you.
Okay.
And that will make it Ilvem's turn.
Great. So they're both on me.
Mm-hmm.
We're hanging out. We're vibing. We're having a good time. I'm gonna hit them both. So I'm gonna sword burst again.
Okay, so that's a dex save.
Yes.
All right. 18 on the first.
Fuck that guy.
12 on the second.
Haha, that guy gets hit.
Okay.
For 3 points of force damage.
All right, the swords burst out. One of them manages to get an arm up in time and just make it a glancing blow. The other one does not, and they just stab up into its chest. For that 3 damage. All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay, that'll bring us to the Colossus, which is restrained. It is going to try and break free. And yeah, not succeed. As you can see, it's just pulling at the chains that are holding it in midair, or like just extending out from the air and not moving.
I have to do 2 concentration checks.
Oh, okay.
For Hex. 17. And then 5. So Hex goes down.
Okay. They roll not with disadvantage then, because it was having disadvantage on the grapple checks against the chains.
Yeah.
Okay, still fails it, so it is still held in place.
Sick.
And that'll make it Hannibal's turn.
Yeah. Okay. Guy in front of me, I'm gonna hit with this light hammer.
Okay.
For a 22 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
For 6 bludgeoning damage right across the side of the head.
Okay.
And then bonus action off 2-hand weapon, sickle across the throat.
Okay.
9 plus 4, 13.
Yes, that hits.
For 2 slashing.
All right, he is still up.
And then spit in his face, bonus action. I already did bonus action. Just spit in his face anyway.
Okay. All right. Bring us back to the top of the order. Hannibal, have you been injured?
I have been.
Okay.
Just last round.
All right. You heal, but you get six hit points back.
Yeah. Back at
as
full.
What?
Back at full.
Okay. As one of the cleric's mass healing words, just like she notices your injury and just like casts down a healing word towards you and heals you back up. And the wizard appears to just be basically focusing on holding the Colossus in place and diverting all of his attention to that. Though as he does, you can see that the chains that are wrapped around its like arms and waist, they just start to tighten, and you hear just a groaning sound from the metal as it starts to crush inward.
Nice.
Which... Okay. Bring us to Sid.
Okay, I will once again try to bring this person down.
All right.
Going for not killing, just incapacitating.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Natural 20.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit.
5, 6, 7.
7 is exactly what you needed.
Sick.
Is that with the spear?
Huh?
Is that with the spear?
Yeah.
Okay, so you like go to stab at him, fake, and just whack him right in the temple with the back end of the spear, and he's like aiming for the front, doesn't even see it coming, and just lights go out, and he just goes
Good
down
night.
unconscious.
Okay, perfect. And then I will move up to get within fighty fight of the Warforges.
Okay, so they're 2 levels above you. So if you want to do that, I'm gonna need an if you want to get there in time, I'm gonna need an acrobatics check.
I got 40 speeds. Acrobatics check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, that's a nat 1.
Okay. So you're like trying to, because if you were to take the ladders, you'd have to move half speed. You would like basically only be able to get up to the 2nd level. So you try and like make your way up. Actually, you would have been able to get like onto the ladder just before the 3rd one if you would like move half speed. Would have been able to get there. You try and make it, but like hopping and parkouring up the walls, but you lose your footing. You make it. You pretty much just you make it halfway up and then just slide back down to right where you were.
Dang it. Okay. That is all.
And then through the grating, you could see Sid start to move towards you, and then they don't make it.
Just hear, damn it.
All right. Monk outside. More just smacks on the outside of the Colossus, keeping its attention, and Drew.
Crunch, crunch.
Okay.
Crunch, crunch. Are you gonna be my good luck charm, baby? Yeah, you are.
Baby kitty.
I know she's not. That's a 6 to hit.
Okay.
Aw.
You go to crunch. It doesn't happen. You are basically holding it down on this side of the river.
Yeah, I'm 1v1 all of these guys on this
Mhm.
side. And that's my turn.
Okay. All right, Raiders. 1 against Drew. Although others are starting to notice the wolf ripping out throats and are starting to gather up to gang up on you. That is an 8. Wow.
That's not hit. Ha ha.
All right, Hannibal, the one over.
Intimidating.
Hannibal, the one that you hammered and sickled. That's a 20.
Yeah.
For 4 points of damage.
Oh, nice. That's nothing.
And okay, brings us to the end of the raiders that are left. With that, Hannibal, you see the guy that just weighted him with the sword, just make an absurd amount of attacks, like the number of attacks a fighter samurai can make. Just like I think it's like 16 or something. Yeah, it's an absurd number. Samurai can make so many attacks. As he just like wades through and just swinging the sword rapidly back and forth, just passing through the crowd and just cleaving through as he gets up next to you. Doesn't get to, like, basically stops like making his way over to you. So the one that you were fighting is still up. And he just says, "So hey, how's it going? How you doing?"
I love him.
I'm doing fine.
All right, good. Just checking in. Wanted to see how you're doing. My name's Karis. How are you?
Great. I'm Hannibal.
Nice to meet you.
Oh my god.
I love him.
Appears to be
Be
like
our new friend.
he appears to be somewhere in like his mid to late 30s, and
So
it's hard to tell. But hard to tell too much other than that. Like underneath the helmet and the armor and everything, he's just literally wearing samurai armor. And that'll bring us to the Warforged.
Oh.
You're gonna be okay, Elvin. They're gonna miss. Whatever they're doing, they're gonna miss. It's okay.
Come at you with
Yeah,
those
they're
spinning
gonna get-
blades again.
Natural ones. Law of
Natural
attraction.
ones.
That's an 18.
Okay.
Fuck.
Don't worry about
That's
it.
a
Natural
12.
Okay, the 12 doesn't hit.
All right. So 8 points of slashing damage.
Great.
Okay, and then it'll make it Ilvim's turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna yell down at Sid, So much for catching up. As I'm profusely bleeding from numerous wounds. And I'm just gonna try to like stab through the one with the one that's hit me that time around with my rapier.
Right.
17 plus 4, quick math.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Okay. Which D8 do I want to use? That's bullshit. 3 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Damage is damage.
Yeah, you lunge forward and you stab through. You stab like all the way through it, but like on a person that would have done a lot. But then you realize like there was a significant just like gap all the way through it that you stabbed through. You managed to like damage some of the stuff in it, but like there wasn't a lot there to stab.
There's just like a string of celestial cursing. Just like,
Which I
fuck
understand
shit,
all of it.
motherfucker. But it's in celestial.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's gonna be it for me.
Okay. Colossus is going to try and break free again.
He fails.
Also, yeah, rolled a 9. So yeah, is not doing too it. Is held in
Love
place
attraction.
successfully. Hannibal.
Hi. Oh,
What's
it's my
up?
turn.
Yeah.
Hammer, sickle again.
Okay.
Oh, the hammer, that's a hit. That hits. It's a 22.
Oh yeah.
For 5 bludgeoning on the side of the head.
Down.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Just-
Well,
Bam.
is there anyone, like, near me?
You're actually really starting to clear out this side of the river at this point. Between you, the guards, and that guy, you're really starting to clear things out. However, looking across the river, you can see Drusilla starting to like get as a wolf, starting to get advanced on by the many ones that she
Yeah.
drew the attention of.
It was good to meet you, and I'm going to start running off in that direction.
You two. Is the wolf your friend?
No.
Okay.
Sister. And then,
All right. Weirder things have happened. All right.
I love Paris.
Back up to the top. We've got, the chains just keep doing their good work and just crushing into the Colossus. You can start to hear just groaning coming from the outside as they're making slow progress. Thing is a lot of health, but it's just starting to crush and dent in at like the shoulder, arm region, and the waist, which is.
Quick math.
Yep. And then more healing down to the guards, bringing us back to Sid.
Sick. Okay, I would like to get up, and it's half movement up, correct?
Yeah. Well, you didn't fall completely prone when you landed. You just
No,
made
I
it
mean
back
it's
where you-
half movement up, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
it
yeah,
would
yeah.
be. So can I full movement and then bonus action dash and get all the way up?
Yes, you can.
Sorry, action dash and all the way up to
Yes.
Ilvum. Okay.
Yes, you can get up there by Ilvum, who is just being. You get up there just like to see the tail end of Ilvum just get slashed by one of these spinning blades.
Okay. But can I actually make that step of the wind? So that's bonus action dash, and then I have an attack.
Sure.
Sick. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna get up there within 5 feet, or how far? What's the spacing like between Warforged, Ilvum?
They're pretty much just both right up in front of Ilvum.
Sick. I would like to get within 5 feet of both of them,
Okay.
and then I would like to attack one of them with my spear. If you
Okay.
don't mind.
One appears to have taken slightly more damage than the other.
Sick. Jesus. Okay. 7. No.
No.
These
Just-
Warforged are gonna body us.
Ding.
No, we're fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Well, I'm there now. I'm going to say in Celestial, I'm here now.
Okay. That'll bring us to Monk Friend, who is still hammering on the outside, and then to Drew.
Love
You can
it.
see Hannibal running towards you. Hannibal, you can actually see one of the bridges nearby that you could take to get across faster.
Sweet.
As you can see Hannibal just booking it across one of the bridges. Okay. Crunch, crunch.
18 to hit.
Yo, yeah.
Crunch, crunch, motherfucker. 4.
Carry the party.
Okay, apparently that D4 did not want to be rolled anymore. Tight. 4, 7, 8, 9, and a strength saving throw, please.
Ouch. You keep doing 9 damage.
Love it.
Law of attraction, baby.
Yeah.
Love traction, baby.
This one got a 14.
Oh, yeah, they're still up.
All right. So yeah, you like grab onto like the side of this one, and she manages to like keep her footing as you like swing yourself around, trying to use your whole body weight to pull her to the ground. And that'll bring us to the Raiders.
Crunch,
So
crunch.
let's start with one by Drew. Whoops.
Yeah, let's go. Let's fucking go, fam.
Is going to make an attack with this is another one with just like a blunt instrument, like a giant wrench, basically. Gonna take a swing. 5.
Ah, that misses.
Cracks a cobblestone next to you, but other than that, nothing. And then other than that, I think Drew is the only one still fighting raiders, basically, because the other side of the river has been cleared out, bringing us to Karis just starts taking off after Hannibal, running up behind you. So you said that's your sister?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. All right. Cool. I've got a sister too. In fact, she should be showing up soon.
I love this guy.
Cool.
He's so cute. Precious bean.
New friend.
Okay.
Can we
and
adopt him, please?
Can he be a new brother?
And then on the other side of the river, I don't know who would be able to see this. Probably, yeah, I suppose like Sid and Ilvum, like through the grates, you can just see like flashes of blue light as just the thing's ankles just are being attacked by the gif that came with, just swinging the great sword around at its ankles, and then just like
Kneecap him.
flares of that blue fire coming up after each swing.
Get that Achilles tendon.
I mean, it sounds like these hits are impacting. Like these are having a much bigger effect than the ones of the monk. There's just a lot less of them. And then that'll bring us to the Warforged. So one of them noticed Sid and is going to turn around and swing that spinning blade at Sid.
Miss.
Let me check that bonus again. That is a 13.
Miss.
Okay. And then the other one's going to attack Ilvum, but first.
Ha
Yes.
ha ha ha.
It's gonna miss. It's gonna miss.
Quick math. 9 plus 5.
14.
14.
Does 14 hit?
Yes, it does.
Yay!
Just barely.
8 stab.
Okay.
More damage than I did in 2 rounds as a reaction.
I
I'm
mean, to be
livid.
fair, I'm a monk. It's sort of what I'm made to do.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then it's going to attack Ilvum for a nat 1.
Thank
Yes.
God.
Miss.
Just comes straight out. You just duck underneath it. It like goes through your halo. Okay, and then that'll make it Ilvum's turn.
Thank you again, chat, for helping me count.
I'm gonna stab again.
Okay.
For also a 14.
Yes, that hits.
Oop. 6 points of stab.
Okay. That one is not looking as great. The other one has taken no damage so far.
Hot.
And
Alright.
dangerous. If you're one of us, then roll with us, because we make the hipsters fall in love when we get our hot pants on and up. And yes, of course it does. We run in this town just like a club. And no, you don't want to mess with us. Got Jesus on our necklace.
Any more, and we're going to get copyrighted. All right. So that'll bring us to the Colossus, which is going to try and break free again. Wow, it's rolling so terrible. It's just pulling at these, but it is held firmly in place. Hannibal, that brings us to you.
How far away is Drew and the one she's trying to crunch?
From where you're starting your turn right now, like 90 feet.
Firebolt.
Okay,
14 to hit
that does hit.
for 7 fire damage. Just
All right, Drew, you're about to crunch into this person again, and then as she's about to swing at you, just all of a sudden her head just bursts into flames as a firebolt hits you from right over your back, and she just snaps back and falls over, just smoke and smolder coming off of her head.
And then 30 feet of movement.
All right, and Hannibal's just making his way across.
And that's my turn.
Okay.
Making my way downtown.
Yep.
Walking fast. Faces
All right.
fast.
Yep.
And Drew bound.
More crushing damage to the thing is not do. Wow, minimum damage on that one. Okay. Oh, then almost max. Cool. Interesting balance. All right. It is taking significant crushing damage from this as the chains continue to tighten, and then more healing down to the soldiers that have started to follow, or the guards have basically started to follow Hannibal and Karis across the river to go and help that side. Bring us to Sid.
Fine over here.
Sick. Okay. Second verse. Same as the first. I'm going to stab.
Okay.
14 again.
Yep.
Sick. 5 stab.
Okay. Is this the same one you've been damaging, or the other
Yes, this is the
Okay.
same one.
one? All right.
Okay, and then I will do an unarmed. Again, 14.
Yes. Wow. Exactly what you need.
At least I'm on brand, and that is going to be a 6 slap.
One more slap than you needed.
Ay!
As you stab into it, and like you stab into its front, and then like use it like a lever as you pull it out and just pry its chest plate open, revealing several of the working mechanisms inside, and then you just drive your fist right into the middle of it and just impact all of these working gears and mechanisms and just dent them together. And as they keep trying to move, they just start like ripping themselves to pieces as the inside of it just shreds itself as it just collapses into a pile,
Bye.
leaving only one left.
Sick.
All right, making it monk outside. More baps. Drew.
40 feet of movement. Can I get another crunch?
You can see now they've moved into clusters now. It seems that they've started to gather up to deal with you, but then also see like the horde of guards moving towards them. So they're like getting ready for a rumble here.
Hell
Let's get
yeah.
ready to rumble.
All
I'm gonna
right, so
start us off with a good old crunch.
all right. So move up to a group of 3.
Nope.
Ticket pays for the
That's
whole
a
seat.
6.
All you're gonna need is the edge.
Sorry, what was it?
A 6.
Okay, yeah, that does not hit. All right. And then Raiders, the 3 by you are gonna make their attacks. And that is
Bring it.
Miss.
that's a dagger, an arm blade, and a bludgeon. So dagger, 5.
Miss.
Arm blade,
Miss.
6.
Miss.
Bludgeon, 13.
Hit.
Okay. 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Tight. Wolf is angry.
And then they're going to take the ones, some of the other ones with firearms are going to take shots at Hannibal and Karis as they're running across the bridge.
Go for it. I'm a tank.
Hannibal, one of them explodes in his hand and does. Drew, you see one of them take about half his health and damage as his gun explodes and like shreds his arm. Another attack against Hannibal. That's a 16.
16 does hit, though.
Okay. Struck with a bullet for 5 damage.
Nice.
And then against Karis. All right, 1 miss, 1 crit.
Oof.
As you see Karis get hit like square in the chest and it like blasts part of his armor off.
Ooh.
He like staggers for something like,
Karis,
that
Not our new
no.
friend.
that hurt.
Not our
No,
new friend.
Karis.
No. Kill our new friend, Sam.
And then he keeps going. It's all the Raiders. He keeps going, catches up. Actually, he runs 30 feet past Hannibal. And then is gonna bonus action second wind. And yeah, just shrugs off that bullet wound.
Love it.
Okay, whatever. I'm good.
Fucking legend.
And then more flares of blue fiery light from down below as the Gith just hacks at the ankles. Bringing us to Warforged. One left. Who's he going to attack? Let me see. He's going to choose the same way I'm going to... he's going to choose the same way I'm going to choose. Random number generator.
That's what I do.
Going to pick Sid.
Thank God.
Hey.
19 to hit.
Hey, that'll hit.
5 points of slashing damage. Zzz.
Hey.
Basically a buzzsaw blade.
Love it.
All right, and then it'll bring us to Ilvim.
I'm gonna stabbity stab.
Okay.
For a 21.
21 will hit, yes.
21.
Okay. I don't want to use that D8 anymore because it's been fucking up.
7 points of killing. Stabbing. That's already started. All right, Colossus going to try and break free, but it is having real bad luck. Still no. And Hannibal.
How far away is the guy that shot me?
Probably about as far away as Drew is, 60 feet.
Firebolt.
Okay, roll it.
21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Hannibal is rolling good today.
Yeah.
8 fire damage.
Okay. So you just send a firebolt over his way and just strike him right in the chest as his skin blackens and chars.
And then 30 feet.
Okay, you're about 60 feet away now.
Sweet.
Okay, and then that'll bring us back to the top. More chain damage. This thing is not looking good on the outside.
Love it. Love that for us.
Okay. And then back to Sid.
Hey, we're gonna stab and slap.
Okay.
There's another 14.
Wow.
What's happening with this dice? At least it's consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And that is 8 stab.
Nice.
And then we go for the slap. And that is 19 plus 5.
Oh, yeah.
And that is 7 slap.
This thing went from looking fine to very much not fine.
Good.
All right. And then Sid, Monk outside, more Baps. Drew.
Which one hit Drew the last time?
That would be one of the ones by you that's holding just like basically just like a club.
Crunch, crunch, bitch.
Okay.
That's a natural one. So
Yeah,
5.
that's not gonna hit. That's not gonna hit. That's not good.
Wolf is angry. Ooh, woo. She go roar.
All right.
No talk, me angry.
I'm so mad.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Angry.
mad.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, Raider's turn. So the 3 by Drew are gonna attack. So 9,
Almost.
14,
That one hits.
and a 19.
Yeah, that one hits.
Okay. Real bad on damage. 7 damage.
What? You just caught up for me.
7
7. Okay,
between the 2
so
hits.
Drew is now Drew.
Okay.
Drew is
So it's
Drew again.
The one with the bludgeon like baps you, and then you are back to being Drew.
Just barely. Just
Mm-hmm. And then more shots at Karis and Hannibal as they are making their way over.
Go for
Only
it.
one against Hannibal because one exploded, and this one gets an 8.
Oh, that misses.
And then 2 against Karis, miss, and a miss. One just like catches him on the shoulder guard of his armor, but he keeps going. And the guards are running up basically right behind. Actually, the guards have passed Hannibal at this point because you're taking the time to like move and attack, and they're just running. So they have like the guards in Karis have started moving forward and are getting close to approaching this band of raiders. Making it Karis' turn, speaking of it. He's going to move up and he is going to move, dash, and then action surge, and get up to one of the groups. And that is a 17. And that is a 20. Yeah. Okay, moves up and just 2 swings, takes. Actually, wait, no. 2 swings, takes down one of them. And then is it 3 or 4 attacks? Let me double check. I believe it might be 4. Oh, no. It's only doesn't have 4 attacks yet. Okay, and then badly wounds a second one. So takes down one, badly wounds a second one in one of the groups. And then that will make it the Warforged back up top, back inside the Colossus, where Ilvim and Sid are dancing around this Warforged on this metal grate up top with the whirring mechanisms of the Colossus right next to you. Gonna attack Sid again. Gonna get a 10.
Hey, that's a miss.
All right. And then that'll make it Ilvim.
Okay, I'm gonna accept an opportunity attack and try to move away from it so that I can Eldritch Blast the mechanical whirring.
Okay. So it is going to make an attack. It gets a 12.
Does not hit.
Okay.
Do I
And
get Sentinel?
I think so. Wait, didn't you?
Last time you rolled, you said yes.
Okay, yeah, yes, and you haven't used your action yet this turn because it attacked you. So yes.
Sick. That's another 14.
Okay, that hits.
That is 8 stab.
That's exactly the stab you needed.
Ah,
So it turns to like swing at Ilvim, and you just like slide in, interpose yourself between them, stab the spear like through the forearm, so that it moves away from Ilvim, and then like use it as a lever to turn the spinning blade onto itself as it just down its body.
Sid,
Love it.
Mom, wait for
Ilvim, you
strikes
have
again.
a clear shot.
23.
Oh yeah, yes, that hits. Roll damage.
Okay. 8 points of force damage.
Okay, so you blast into all these like pistons and mechanisms and things that seem to make up the heart of this creature, and you blast into those with your opalescent Eldritch Blast, and you can see some things start to like get knocked slightly off out of place and like are moving a little more off kilter now as it's takes some damage. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, Colossus's turn. Finally, it yanks its way free of the chains, and it's gonna start moving its way back towards the river.
Oh, she still has hex.
And Hannibal.
Movement and dash.
Okay, so you dash up. I think that puts you basically at them. So yeah, you catch up with the guards basically right as Karis and the guards, and then now Hannibal all just like rush forward in a wall, like Lord of the Rings battle style, just 2 sides running towards each other.
Heck yeah.
And you get right up there. Anything with your bonus action?
I can't do anything as bonus action right now, so no.
Okay. Tippy top of the round. You hear a slight rumble from up above as the sky immediately darkens with gray clouds that seem to just form out of nowhere, and a light rain begins to patter down, and several of those fires that have been lit begin to sizzle and go down.
How very sexy.
And then
How very sexy indeed.
the chains are going to reach out and try and re-grapple the Colossus. And they're going to fail. So they reach out and try and like wrap around its arms, but it tugs out of the way as it keeps moving towards the river again. And that'll bring us to Sid.
All right. I would like to also take some attacks at this mechanism.
Okay, go ahead.
First one's not good. That's like an 8.
Yeah, it has like some amount of armor plating on it, so you don't manage to like get a good hit in. Basically,
Dang it.
AC is 10.
Okay, then we will try with unarmed.
Okay.
It's a 1.
Nope. You're like stabbing. You just can't find a good place to hit it, like good effective place to deal damage. Okay. Monk outside is gonna following, bouncing back and forth along rooftops, start smacking into the outside of this thing, and then that'll bring us to Drew. All right, Drew, you're staying basically right in the middle as this crowd of guards with Hannibal and his new friend come rushing up to meet all of the raiders that you were still fighting.
I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. How far are the guards and Hannibal away from me?
They are like pretty much like you are now amongst a crowd of guards that have all moved up to engage the raiders.
That's not ideal. How far are the raiders from me? Like I'm right in them?
Yeah, you're still like right up. Yeah. Yep.
I feel your pain.
Is there a way that I could position Thunderwave so it doesn't hit squishy Hannibal behind me?
Oh yeah, because it's Thunderwave blasts out in front of you.
It's a 15-foot cube originating from you.
Yeah, so you're
okay.
you and the imagine it's like, Lord of the Rings style battle line. You just watched this like last week, right?
2 weeks ago. Doesn't mean I remember it.
Okay. Yeah, so like the two lines have just come up to each other like this. You're still like with one of them, so no one is if you do the cube in front of you, it'll only hit raiders because you're like the guards are still like side shoulder to shoulder with you.
Then that's what we gonna do.
All right, so con saves.
No.
Con saves.
All right.
Go away.
So 2 have also moved up behind these ones, so you're gonna hit 5 raiders with this. Nope. What's your save DC?
14.
14. Okay.
Yeah.
That's 2 nopes. 1 success. 3 nopes. And 1 more. Okay. 3 fail, 2 succeed.
Well, the fails are gonna take 3 damage.
Okay. And the other ones take 1?
Yeah, and the fails are 10 feet away.
Yeah, so you blast them 10 feet back away from you. And that leaves you... Yeah, so that leaves you with just 1 actually still adjacent to you and plenty of space for the guards to move into. Anything else on your turn, Drew?
No.
Okay, Raiders and guards begin engaging and fighting. Just straight on, just street battle here. The ones in front of you, they're like the one that's still adjacent to you with a knife is going to try and stab at you with the dagger. Gets a 12.
That does not hit.
All right, you bap the dagger out of the way with your staff. One is going to move up and attack Hannibal with an arm blade.
Go for it.
That is also a 12.
Nope, just misses.
All right. And then otherwise attacking guards and 1 against Karis. No. All right. Warforged. Funny. Ilvem.
Ilma.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it again,
Okay.
if you don't mind. No, I'm not. I'm not. It was
Oh, you
a
didn't
1.
beat a 10?
It was just a 1.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right. That's right. I forgot Karis. Karis is going to make an absurd number of attacks like he does. Yes.
Paris, yes.
Yes. And yes.
Love him.
Yeah, the first one he dealt damage to dies, and then he finished up. So he just cleaves through 2 of them with 3 attacks, swinging the sword around. And then as the Hannibal and Drew as the Colossus is moving towards you, you can see that Gith basically chasing after it with her great sword out. She's trailing it behind her, just trailing like 10 feet of blue flame off the end of it. Effectively making it a reach weapon as she charges up behind it and is just cleaving just molten slashes into its ankles and calves. And then that will make it. Ilm already went. Colossus keeps moving towards the river and starts like stomping into the water, making its way to the side of the river. And Hannibal.
Oh, it's coming towards us?
Yep.
Can I see inside of it at all?
You can, yeah. You can see like the whole like torso is basically open on both sides with those sliding doors.
Can I see Ilm and Sid?
You have to make a perception check. They're like up 2 floors, basically.
Okay, so
kind
I'll
of.
say no.
Yeah.
Man, I thought I could use my War Mage one and ignore cover and just. Okay. I'm gonna approach. I'm just gonna use my movement and approach the raiders that Drew Thunder waved.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna attack one with my light hammer.
Okay.
For a 17 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
For 6 bludgeoning.
Yep.
How's he looking?
Not great.
And then sickle into the belly.
All right.
For a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
For 3 slashing damage.
Just enough.
Yeah.
Smack him across the face, sickle it into the belly. Yeah. Draw it across the middle. All right.
That's my turn.
Okay. TP top of the order. The rain has intensified now and is like just downpouring over the section, and the fires start to go out. And you notice the wind. You all start to feel the wind pick up from where you're at, or actually, Drew and Hannibal. You feel the wind pick up from where you're at.
Sweet.
And Ilvum and Sid, you hear just like a howling gale outside rushing past the open doors of this thing as it takes 2 giant steps and starts getting pushed down like the banks of the river by a massive gust of wind.
Sick.
And then that'll bring us to Wizard with his chains, going to try and hang on to this thing again. Now he gets a hold on it. So as it's being like pushed down towards the river, the chains lash out from the rooftop that he's on, wrap around its arms and waist again, and hold it still. And then that will bring us to Sid.
Okay, sick. I'm gonna try to beat up this mechanism again.
Okay.
This is 11.
Yeah.
Sick. That is 6 stab.
Okay.
And offhand, that is 16.
Yes.
That is 5.
Okay.
Damage.
It is really not looking great.
Excellente.
The monk that you saw earlier, like, you hear just like all of that movement on the outside and then like skidding footsteps on the lower level on the inside. She's like, are there still people in here?
Can I shout down?
Yeah.
Up here, mechanism.
All right. And then she's going to start making her way up towards you.
Sick.
And then Drew.
Yeah.
All right.
Is the one that was like close to her still alive?
Yes.
Or did our new friend get him?
No, he's fighting other ones with the guards over by. It's pretty much you and Hannibal are together over in this section.
Well, then I'm gonna give that one a little gap.
Okay.
Yeah. You know? No, I'm not. It's just
Okay. And then Drew Raiders. All right. 1 against Drew, 1 against Hannibal.
Yeah.
Drew, 12.
misses.
Hannibal, 16.
Definitely hits.
Okay. For 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
So you just get like clipped on the shoulder blade by a bludgeon in this just like mass of people.
Cool beans.
And then Karis. Yep. Just another. Actually, can you?
Yay, Kaz.
Yeah, that's another 2 down. Just
I'm
swinging
in
his sword,
love.
swinging his sword as he goes.
Same.
And oh yeah, as he's doing that, and it's like started downpouring, and the wind is picked up. He looks over at Hannibal and like points up at the sky and just goes, "My sister's here too."
Thumbs up.
That's so freaking cute.
Oh
Me
my
have
God,
hard eyes, not Drew, but me. I have hard eyes right now. I love him.
Oh my God, yes.
All right, and then the gift he arrived with is just carving into the ankles of the, or actually, it's like sunk into the river at this point. So she's just like on the riverbank, swinging into its back. So Ilvim and Sid from the inside, you can see the screeching metal sounds as this gift is carving into the tail end of it.
Love it.
Bring us to Ilvim.
Okay, great. We're gonna Eldritch Blast it, hopefully for realsies.
Okay.
You can do it. You're gonna hit it nat 20.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a nat 20, but it will hit with a 15, I think.
Yep.
Okay. And then it's 8 points of force damage.
Okay. So you hit one of those pistons and it starts like gets completely off track entirely, but it still keeps moving up and down as it starts like repeatedly slamming into part of the other internal mechanisms. I can hear just like there's like fire, and like a small fire kicks up and like a flare of flame just shoots off to one side, and like that sound and momentum keeps building and building and building as this thing starts like tearing itself apart, and you can see more fire shooting off to the sides as that momentum starts to increase.
Okay.
I think perhaps time to get away.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, all right, Sid. I think we're done here. I think it's time to jet. And then I'm gonna jet.
All right, where are you going?
How far is the various things, like the various levels?
They're about 10 feet apart.
10 feet apart.
They're 10 feet apart, but they're also open on the sides. So like you don't have to take the ladder down. You could just go straight down the side.
Yeah, can
mostly
I
open?
just like hang and then drop?
Sure. Are you trying to get down into the inner part of it?
Yeah, I want to get to like a section where I can like jump out the door.
Okay. It is the doors are tall enough that you could like slide out from the door right now.
If I slide out from the door right now, am I gonna hit ground or will I hit water?
You will hit water. It has been walking and then recently pushed into the river.
I'm gonna be like, it's been real, and I'm gonna do a swan dive.
Okay. So you leap out the side of it and land in the river below.
Cool?
It does, yes.
Thank you.
All right. Colossus's turn. The Colossus is effectively stunned for the round as its most internal mechanism has just been started destroying itself. So it does nothing. Hannibal.
Does it look like it's going to explode?
Hard to tell from the outside. It just looks like it's frozen, locked in place, but you're also in the middle of a battle, so it's kind of difficult to tell.
All right, I'm going to attack the closest one to me with my sickle.
Okay.
19 to hit.
That does hit.
For 6 slashing.
Okay.
And then I'm going to throw my light hammer at the one Drew's fighting.
Okay.
So disadvantage on that, right?
Yes.
Okay. 13.
Yes, just barely.
For 3 bludgeoning. Just.
Okay. Just smack him in the head.
That's my turn.
Okay. That'll bring us back up to the tippy top. Sid, on the inside of the thing, you can feel a downdraft start up from up above as the thing starts to just get forced down towards the river, and water begins to bubble up on the bottom. Ilvim, you landed enough off to the side, so it's not being pushed down on top of you, but you can the surface of the water is being pushed off to the side and becomes really choppy.
Fingers crossed they don't drown.
And then that'll bring us to Sid.
Okay, sick. And so this mechanism is just steadily destroying itself.
Yep. It is effectively exploding.
Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and I would like to try to get down to the incapacitated raider.
Okay.
And use some rope to tie up he hands so I can fireman's carry.
Okay.
And then I would also like to jump out of that bad boy.
Okay. So you have just enough movement left. You drop down, tie him up, and then you can just toss yourself out the side and then fall into the water.
Sick. Did I see the monk?
Yeah, she was down there pretty much right next to you when you did that.
Okay, sick. Then I'm just gonna kind of all like, it's exploding, and just like, while I'm carrying this guy. Bye.
Yeah, she goes right after you. So she basically jumps down after you, like jumps down next to you. So the two of you are pretty much falling like right next to each other.
Sick. And we both have slow fall.
Yeah. So you're both falling very slowly, like using the
It's-
side of the thing to slowly
Hey, how
descend.
you doing?
It's
Cool,
it's
I'm
it's
sick.
that scene from Howl's Moving Castle.
But then you hit the water and start sinking. She hits the water and starts running
Love it.
and starts going off towards the battle.
I would like to swim.
And yeah, you start swinging away. And then Drew.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Alright.
hit this bitch. I'm going to hit him. Yes, I am. That is 13.
Yep, yeah, that hits.
Hell yeah. Where's my D8? For 8 damage.
Thanks to the fact that Hannibal just hit that one with a light hammer. It's like he's fighting you and like gets smacked in the back of the head by a light hammer, and you like recoils his head to one side, and you swing your staff around from the other and knock him back to the other and just knock him out.
Nice.
All right, and then Raiders. Raiders are significantly outnumbered at this point on this side of the river. They are not looking too happy. So let me just see something real quick. Okay, they hold together. Like you can hear shouts from within, just like stick together, don't give up, fight to the last. And they're not breaking and retreating. They're going to keep fighting, which is going to bring us to then one attack out of the crowd against Drew, one attack against Hannibal.
Yep.
Drew, that's a 19.
And it's
Hannibal, that's a 19.
Hits.
All right, Hannibal, that's 5. Drew, that's
ouchies.
Hannibal's
oh,
not
yeah,
looking good.
and one against Karis misses. All right, that will bring us to Karis.
Yes.
Is yeah. So bonus action, he's going to give himself advantage on his attack rolls, and then he's going to trade that for extra attacks and make 6 attacks this round. Because samurai make an absurd amounts of attacks.
Awesome.
So that's yep. 3 hits, 4 hits, 5 hits, all 6 hit.
Hell yeah.
And I'm just gonna based on how he's been rolling, I'm just gonna round this up and say that's 3 more dead. Now their numbers are starting to look real low. Ilvum, you're in the water. On your turn is at the start of your turn is where you're just looking up from the water, like you see the grayish shape of the metal Colossus up above you. Beginning of your turn is when you hear just and just like orange blossoming light from up above as some shrapnel like lands in the water and starts floating down around you. And there's that just explosion out from inside of it.
It's like, huh? Didn't know it did that. What can I see? Like what's
I mean, do you like swim to the surface?
yeah.
Okay. Swimming to the surface, you can see the Colossus like slumping down into the water and like starting to sink into the river as just like black smoke billows out from the open hatches on its sides. Sid is next to you in the water with one of the raiders slung over his shoulder with a rope, and you can just hear sounds of fighting and battle coming from the opposite bank.
Okay, but I can't see the battle.
Yeah, because you're like down in the water.
Okay. So if the thing is like currently slumping,
Mm-hmm.
can I try to like use it to climb up out of the river onto the riverbank?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it made it far enough. Yeah.
Just like whomp, 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 whomp.
And it's got enough handholds you can easily just, it's like at an angle, so you can just walk up it and like hop over onto the riverbank.
Great. That's what I would like to do.
Okay.
And I think that's pretty much all I can do at this point.
All right. And Colossus is dead. Hannibal.
Hell yeah.
Sickle the one that attacked me.
All right.
Ooh, not a good one. 7 to hit.
Does not hit.
I do have 2-weapon fighting, but I do not have another weapon. So that's my turn.
Okay. Back at the top with Sid.
Sick. Okay, I would like to move, dash, swim over to the other side of the bank as far away from the Colossus as possible.
Okay. You manage. Yeah, you can make your way over to the riverbank and get yourself up on a dry land.
Okay, sick. And I also believe that that is all I can do that turn.
Yep. Back over in the battle, that monk makes her way over and starts bapping her way through the crowd. And Drew, at the start of your turn, by the time we get there, between the guards, this monk, and Karis, the raiders are not looking good, and they start to, you can just see throughout the crowd to start to just toss down their weapons.
Surrender. And how close am I to Hannibal?
Pretty much right next to each other, I think.
Right next to each other. All right. She's going to give him a little healing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For 5 hit points back.
Okay.
Sweet.
And that's her
right.
turn.
All right. And then, I mean, basically at that point, as they're all surrendering, they toss down their weapons, put up their hands. The guards begin capturing and manacling them. Combat effectively is over.
Woo! We lived! We lived!
Did it! We did it!
Oh my god, we lived!
I told you. I told you we were going to be heroes.
Oh my god! Yes!
All right. So, yeah,
Oh,
things start wrapping up. You can see the guards start grabbing and carrying off the remaining raiders. They start gathering up and carrying off the remaining raiders. Looking up at the rooftop, you can see that the wizard and cleric just kind of like look down and survey things, nod, and then just the wizard puts his hand on the cleric's shoulder, and the two of them teleport away.
sick.
And,
Sid's gonna like
the-
flag down like one of the guards or something.
mhm.
It's like, I got an unconscious one over here.
Okay, let's get someone over here to get this. Hey, get someone over here to grab this guy. And they make their way over to that side, across the bridge to that side of the bank with you. Karis is like hanging out by Hannibal and Drew, and just like, so hi, you must be this guy's sister.
Yeah.
Okay, I was really confused when he said you were a wolf.
Yeah.
I thought that his sister was a wolf, which, like, you know, my sister is also adopted. So I was like, whatever, cool, but it was a double. You know, I would assume adoption, but magic has done weirder things, so, you know, I shouldn't judge.
Yep.
So hi,
I'm Drew. I'm
nice
Drew.
nice to meet you.
Priscilla.
I'm Kara Stormlord.
Ooh.
Sexy name.
Oh. Okay. Fight. Do. Wait. Fight?
What? Oh yeah,
guard?
I'm pretty much full time
Shipboard.
bodyguard for my sister. Kind of the Stormlord of Galden. In fact, he like pulls over and you can see on one of the bridges further down, you can see the woman that you saw coming off the ship with the very dark skin and the like hair that kind of just like goes in a single row down the middle of her head, just like looking up at the sky and just waves a hand, and the like thunder clouds just
Is
like
she
start to
based
fade
off
and
of
vanish.
Storm?
Sunlight shines back.
She sounds
She's
exactly like
not,
Storm.
but I really but that, that
Did, this,
very much after the fact.
Oh,
But that econ tear and gruff that just like has not shit helmet under his arm. He's like, so yeah, we were in town visiting. I think she's doing something with like farms or weather. I think she does weather stuff.
so you're the boat. And Drew's gonna point to the Gith if she can see them. She's like, that you?
Oh yeah, that's Dahira. She's
Yeah.
also a bodyguard, but not of my sister. But she's helping out. She's
Where'd
more
she come
capable than
from?
I am. But what do you mean?
Where'd she come from? Where'd she live? You know?
She lives in Galden?
Did she always live there?
No, I mean, I think she got there a little bit. Okay, so some weird stuff happened. I was on. I actually grew up on this side of the ocean. Originally, there was like a whole plot to kill my dad and everything, who was the previous Stormlord. And then like I came back and stuff was happening. I think she was around then. I think she said she came from the Independent Territories. She used to be a bodyguard there. No, not Independent Territories. Imperial Remnant, not the Independent Territories. They're right next to each other. I get them mixed up. We kind of run both of them now, so it's confusing.
Where'd she get that sword? She always have that sword?
Yeah, she always had that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, last like 15 years, I think she's been bodyguard in Galden for the Master of the Towers.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Whoa, cool. Where's my people person? Where's Ilvum?
Yeah, Ilvum is like hopping off the Colossus's corpse onto the riverbank.
I'm like looking around for my siblings, being like, I hate everything. Just like muttering to myself under my breath in Celestial. It's like, what the fuck? Oh my god.
And Drew's this just shit covered, blood covered goblin, and he's just sitting there like, it's like, cool. Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Desperate eyes at Ilvum, like, help me.
If I as soon as I like notice them, I'll like start hobbling my way over with my 6 health.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure that the guards get the guy, and then as soon as that's done, I'm gonna go look for the rest of my siblings.
Yeah, you can see them across the river from you.
Hi, I'm Ilvum.
Hi, I'm Kara Stormlord. Nice to meet you.
Lovely meeting you. Ow. Can we help you with something? Is there a reason you're standing with us?
I was just, making conversation, saying hi. We kind of fought together a minute ago, so.
You were making conversation?
Yeah.
With which one of them?
Well, I was kind of talking to him during the battle, and then she and I were just talking now.
I just like breaks out in like the most delighted grin. And it's like, that's great. No, that's awesome. Oh my god. That's great. Cool.
Yeah.
His sister did the raid.
Cool.
Yeah.
She was on the boat we saw.
Oh. Cool. So you're like a dignitary or whatever.
Kind of, yeah. I guess. Bodyguard now.
Be fun.
I did that a lot more when I was younger, but yeah.
So what brings you to Pyre?
Well, we've, relations building, I guess. My sister does weather stuff, so, like she goes around and visits occasionally other places that we want to be friendly with, and like, you know, make sure there's good weather for harvests and planting and stuff.
So
Good weather's
Galden's
important for
currently trying to ally themselves with Pyre.
Well, we kind of have been loosely for a while.
Interesting.
At least friendly, anyway.
Yeah. Cool.
Sid comes like running down.
Mm-hmm.
See the thing, waving his arms. Hey!
I'm in so much pain.
Ooh, yeah. Wish I could help with that. Sorry.
There's
I'm
like
gonna-
numerous giant like saw blade slashes all over my body.
I'm gonna try something.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, "How you doing?" in GIF.
To Karis.
Yeah.
Sorry. What?
Never mind. Never mind.
Sid's
Okay.
gonna run up. Little out of breath. Hey, everyone okay?
I think I'm
Alright.
dying.
I am perfectly fine.
Says
I
to
killed so many people.
pull out a health potion, hand it off to Ilvum. You want this?
Yes.
I snapped
take it.
someone's neck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just my hand.
What,
my
like
hand.
someone's
Just-
That's a really difficult move to master.
So
That's
that was
impressive.
pretty cool.
And then I'm gonna lay on hands myself.
Okay.
I'll just like clutch my pearls, and my halo will grow super bright
Okay.
for a mo. I'm looking a lot better now.
Okay.
Love it. Sid's gonna turn to a person talking with his siblings. Hi. Who are you?
Oh, hey, I'm Karis Stormlord.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm a friend's siblings call me Sid. Sidariel Wayfarer, House Wayfarer, Ormar. And stick out his handshake.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I've heard of House Wayfarer. He shakes your hand.
Nice to meet you.
You too. Yeah. I actually did. I trained and learned how to fight kind of north of Oromar. So been through maybe a handful of times when I was younger.
And where was that? Don't mind me asking.
Oh no, not at all. Reminding myself. Oh yeah, no. It's the dwarf nation of Nojoken.
So, like, did anybody else notice the wizard and the cleric, and then the cleric making direct eye contact with me, being like very bloodied and bruised up, and then just being like, "Everything's fine," and then they teleported away? Or was that like, was I the only one who noticed that? Because
Noticed what? I didn't see you.
I'm feeling pretty slighted. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, why?
Because of the cleric and the whatever.
I'm sure that she did the best that she could.
Oh yeah, let's all take the cleric sign.
I'm not taking anyone's side. I'm just saying there was a lot going on. We all did our best.
Maybe we should go talk to her.
Well, she's gone now.
We can find her.
I don't really want to go back to the temples though.
Oh yeah,
Well,
no,
then shut
no,
up.
thank you.
Don't tell me to shut up.
I'll tell you what the fuck I want to tell you.
Don't
Gonna
tell
look
Evan
around.
to
Need
shut
I
up.
remind you that you're the reason for this? And she's just gonna gesture to the dog shit.
You know what?
Just-
Solid rebuttal.
I can tell you
Solid
whatever I
rebuttal.
want.
Yep. I see what you're saying.
Sid's gonna
Picking
look
up what you're laying
around.
down.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any arrests still being made, or like do the guards look like they got it, or if there's like
Yeah, they're busy, but like they've got it handled because pretty much everyone left surrendered. So at this point, they're kind of just like rounding them up, manacling, making sure like separating them out, kind of just like in the processing phase of waiting for like a cart to show up so they can take all these people off to some prison.
Are there any guns nearby?
Yeah, you could probably find one scattered on the floor.
Mage hand.
Okay, yeah, you pick it up. It's like, imagine just like a rough, splintery piece of wood with like a pipe coming off of the top and like some sort of chamber for the hammer to go down on, and then like a little bit like another piece of wood that's like nailed and like wrapped in wire to like attach it to everything to make like a grip.
Yeah, I'm proficient in firearms. I can make this probably work better, and I'm just gonna put it in my bag of holding.
Okay.
So who wants to head back to the Onyx Cat and sit down?
Ooh, what's the Onyx Cat?
Oh, it's this really nice tavern we've been staying at.
Wouldn't it be
Ooh.
It's actually a cabaret, so really great performances.
Cabaret. That sounds really
Wouldn't it
nice.
be funny if it was destroyed by the? Anyways, let's go. Yeah, that sounds like a good
A little
idea.
far.
Would
like,
you like to
Yeah.
join us?
Well, and like he looks over your shoulder, and you see in the direction he's looking, the Gith woman is like coming across the bridge and making her way towards you, and he's like looking in her direction, almost in the way like when like you're younger and your friends are just like, hey, you want to do this, and you like look in your mom's direction like, I don't know, like that's the face he's making.
Hey, do you want to?
We can
You wanna
talk
try
to
to-
her, convince
You
her.
want to try to
if you wanna
sneak
come.
away?
No, I really shouldn't do that.
Okay.
And then she makes her way over and just goes, Karis, hi, and hello
like,
to all of you.
Get like weirdly formal again. Like it's gonna be like
You're just
weirdly
gonna say
formal
hi
again.
in Gith.
Yeah, me too. I say hello in Gith as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna bow and say hello, Commander.
She like reels back for a second and then gets real serious looking as she like looks closer at all of you and like recognizes the Gith features. And then she leans in really close and says, I don't know what the fuck the Gith are doing in this city, but I don't have any problems with you. So if you want to leave me alone, we can go our separate ways and nothing needs to get unfortunate.
Hannibal.
I'm going. Oop.
Hannibal will respond and say, I'm not gonna have any problems from me. I'm just one of Grantar's experiments, just here for vacay.
I don't know who that is.
Excellent.
Sid's gonna respond. We may be what we are, but we are not affiliated with them. You have nothing to worry from us.
We're kind of affiliated still.
We're trying not to be.
Are we?
gonna
When did
kill
we
our
make that
dad.
decision?
We're trying to kill.
I'm
trying to kill
trying
Grantar.
not to be.
Yeah, Hannibal and I are trying to kill Grantar, right?
Well, I mean, obviously Grantar has to die, considering what happened last time we saw Grantar. But like,
Why didn't we ever follow up on that?
Maybe because
What are we
last
gonna do?
time
Just
got our
hunt down
asses
mind
kicked.
flayers?
yeah,
Or
we're
not
nowhere
hunt them
near
down,
ready.
but try to figure it out.
This entire conversation is happening in GIF. Just like
This-
that.
Yeah, Karis is just standing there. Karis just like wanders off as you start
this
talking.
is like such
No, our
classic
friend.
siblings too.
And you can see this woman is just like looking back and forth as all of you are talking, just like, this might be none of my business, but what the hell?
Oh, do you want to come have a pint with us at the Onyx Cat Cabaret and we can fill you in? I think Karis wants to come.
I have some business to take care of. Can you give me the quick version now?
Quick
So our
run-
dad is Grantar, right? And he's a Gith, and he made babies with a bunch of other people. That's us. We're the babies, right? And then he was like, "Oh, you guys are gonna fight in my war," and I was just like, "Fuck that!" And that happened. And then we all got out of training, and then we're like, "We're gonna kill Grantar because he's an asshole." And then he got kind of possessed by a mind flayer, and then we tried to kill him, but it didn't work. And now we have his dragon.
Slightly different turn of events for us.
Mhm.
We did not finish our training. Our compound got attacked by the Illithid. Literally everybody but us died or got taken. And then Grantar got possessed and we were not able to kill him.
Okay.
I was raised in the Githyanki enclaves and never left in my life.
Okay. So what I'm
Do you know
hearing
Kohis?
is no. I'm
Oh.
sorry. I left a long time ago.
Kohis is awful, and they're the worst artificer you'll ever meet.
Okay. I left a long time ago. I have no intention of going back. Usually when I run into other Gith, they either want to kill me or bring me back.
I can assure you we want neither of those things.
Nope.
Okay, good. All right. So you are also Githyanki?
Half Gith.
Half.
Half
Okay.
it.
Apparently, I'm part Triton.
Okay. I have some things to do in the cleanup of all of this, but if you'd like to talk about Gith related topics, I suppose we're in a similar boat from what it sounds like you said. So I'll tell you where I'm staying and then you can visit.
Cool.
Sure.
Okay. Rad.
All right. I'm staying at, we are staying at the Golden Embassy in the Foreign Quarter, Flame Shadow.
Brilliant.
If you come by and ask for Dahira, which is my name, they'll let you in.
I'm
Fantastic.
Hannibal.
Nice to meet you, Hannibal.
Friends, siblings call me Sid. Sidario Wayfarer from House Wayfarer, Ormar.
Ilvum. Just Ilvum, no last name.
I'm Drusilla.
I guess it's nice to meet all of you. I've got to go take care of some things in the aftermath of all this and clean up, but stop by tomorrow or any other day and we can talk.
All right.
Sounds
Great.
wunderbar.
Thank you.
Let's go get some pomegranate juice.
Yes.
All right.
And some
Enjoy your rest.
Thank you. Is Kara still around?
Yeah, he's like wandering. He's like chatting with some of the guards.
I'm gonna call out. Or no, I'm gonna message. Hey, Karis. You should come party with us.
Sid, tell him to hear said it was okay.
Ilvum says that Dahir said that it was okay, but really she didn't say anything, but you should come party with us anyway.
I'll think about it. I do have to make sure my sister's okay if there's dangerous people in the city like that.
That's super valid of you. Onyx Cat, in case you want to party.
Keep that in mind.
Sick. Is there anything else? Ooh, is the monk still around?
She is, yeah. She's just kind of been wandering around checking on people.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of tap Ilvum on the shoulder. You guys can go ahead and head back if you want, but I need to go talk to this monk because I want her to kick my ass.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm gonna start walking over to the monk.
Okay. She sees you coming and smiles as you approach. Hello.
Hi. Just thought I'd introduce myself. Sidhario Wayfarer, House Wayfarer, Ormar.
I am Shahila. I am emissary and agent of the Tetrarchs of the Silver Flame.
Whoa, okay. Shahila. Tetriarchs?
Tetrarchs. The
Tetch.
four leaders of the four, one leader of each of the four nations. Each of the nations of the Arclight Covenant are called Tetrarchs, one of four.
Okay, rad.
I'm Hannibal.
Well, it's very nice to meet you. I was incredibly impressed by your skill in battle.
Thank you. You acquitted yourself quite well as well. What school do you study?
Astral Self.
I've studied a little with monks of the Astral Self.
And
I
what
am.
is... Sorry, what is your way?
I follow the way of the open palm myself.
Well, it's very impressive, and if you would ever like to spar, or perhaps are willing to take anyone on for training, I would be absolutely honored.
I suppose I could always find time to spar, especially for someone who did such a great service for the city. Are you and your friends planning on leaving?
We're currently staying here at the Onyx Cat.
Right. I believe that things are a little chaotic right now, but if you will continue to stay there, I believe a thank you is in order for the service you did. If you look familiar, did you also participate in? There was a hideout of mercenaries.
Yes, that was also us.
Seems you and your group have done several services for the city in recent days.
We like to help out.
Well, that's greatly appreciated, and for one who has made themselves so quickly of such help to the city, I would happily spar.
Thank you. Fantastic. Where might I be able to ask about you? Do you
You
stay
may-
at the temple?
Within the temple district, yes. I move quite. I keep moving frequently. I have a lot to take care of, but if you ask about me, they should be able to get a hold of me for you.
Fantastic. And if the city, the Silver Flame, or you need anything else, you know where to ask about myself and my siblings.
Thank you. I appreciate the offer.
All right. Well, I will leave you to the rest of your business.
Thank you, and I hope you have a peaceful rest of your day.
Thank you. You as well. And I'll take off after my siblings.
She bows after you and lets you go off.
Oh, she's so cool. Yo.
All right. So you catch up to the rest of your siblings.
Oh my god, she's so awesome.
No, you're not. I'm prestidigitationing your hand every time you try to come close to me.
Just like
She is so cool. Guys, I might be able to spar with her.
That sounds fun.
Is that good?
Well, yeah, I mean, she's incredibly skilled. She knows what she's doing. I could learn a lot from her.
As we're
Okay.
walking, I'm gonna dump my vial of fish scales on top of Drusilla's head because I'm like 6'4".
Fuck.
Keep forgetting how absolutely huge Hannibal is.
Mm-hmm.
You're the tallest and the strongest. You're
Just-
built like an absolute brick shithouse.
All right,
Oh my
then.
god.
Drew's gonna take some fish scales and try and put them on Ilvum.
Don't do that.
Here
Don't-
comes, here comes.
Don't do that. Oh, don't do that. Oh, don't.
She will chase after Ilvum if they run and just full on trying to go.
Yeah. I'm just gonna start sprinting, and it's like, and to think I was proud of you.
just laughing and trying to hit, just trying to like fish scale, just catch up and just fish scale pat on the back.
All right. So y'all making your way back over to the Onyx Cat?
Yeah. The rest of
Mhm.
the way, I'll just be reading the structure of the Great Wheel.
Okay. Yeah. Reading about how the planes are situated more or less in as far as planar study has been able to identify, more or less a wheel structure, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything, given that, time and space have very little meaning outside of the planes themselves. And the astral sea fills in the spaces in between them with the material plane at the center, with the plane of shadow and the ethereal plane being coexistent with it, and the Feywild being also kind of attached and overlapping at places, though not as directly, where the ethereal plane and the plane of shadow are more like echoes and shadows of the material plane. The Feywild is more just like overlapping with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then beyond the edges of the Great Wheel lies the madness of the Far Realm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right, so y'all walk. You make your way over to the Onyx Cat. The further you move away from the river, the more like quiet and calm things get, as like everything that just happened was just kind of like a distant rumble a couple miles away.
On our way back, I'm just keeping my eye out for like anyone who looks like they might need like help after that huge attack and stuff. If there's like any like hiding raiders, like I'm just keeping my
You
eye
don't,
out. and very
yeah, you don't
vigilant.
see anything on the path that you take back. It seems pretty quiet and pretty well taken care of.
Cool.
And yeah, you eventually find your way back to the Onyx Cat.
Immediately upstairs.
Okay.
Following after Hannibal.
Okay. Everybody just going back up to the room?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I'm gonna go see if I can get some like a round of pomegranate juice.
Okay. Yeah, Quinror is at the bar as you come over. Oh, hey, a little early to see all of you in today.
Yeah, there was a bit of a ruckus down by the river, giant metal monstrosity and all that good jazz.
Wow, that's gonna be hearing about that tonight, I bet.
Yeah, I bet. We're just heading up to rest. I was wondering if I could get a round of pomegranate juice for everyone.
Oh yeah, sure. He goes about pouring out the glasses. That'll be 5 silver, please.
Fantastic, thank you, Quinror. If you hear anything interesting about the battle, and you see me later on, let me know.
Will do.
Awesome.
Keep my ears open. He like wiggles them a little bit.
You're the best. I'm gonna go back up to the room.
Okay, I'll head back up to the room. It is like 2 p.m.
I am going to go into my room.
Me too.
Okay.
My own.
And I am going to start writing a performance piece detailing everything that just happened, like really hamming it up, making it sound quite heroic.
Okay.
But I'm going to erase like every mention of me. Like Ilvum does not exist so like really hyping up like Drusilla, Sid, and Hannibal, but like erasing themselves from the encounter.
Okay.
And I'm gonna spend the next 8 hours ending the infusion on that extra bag of holding and putting it and making probably something else.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you all can basically like hang out for the day. I rule it that a long rest does not need to be sleep. It just needs to be 8 hours of inactivity.
Mm-hmm.
So if you all just want to hang out in your hotel room for the day, just like have a chill day.
I'll also try to get a performance slot for like that night.
Okay. You can count that as a long rest, and during that long rest, y'all level up.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
Taking a second level into wizard.
God bless.
Oh
my God, yes.
I also get my my potions. I can make those potions again.
Oh yeah.
Level up.
Or do I have to pick
Level
one?
up.
I think both. What am I gonna make though, you guys? I can get another enhanced. I can make another magic item. Replicate magic item. One called an Orb of Time. That interests me.
Drusilla's gonna take a bath during this long rest.
Okay. Yeah, you can like send down to the like the front desk and call for a bath up, and they'll bring up a tub and like fill it up with hot water.
Just to get all the dog shit off and the fish scales.
Yep. Now you can just wash all that off. The water gets like dark and cloudy, and there's just like fish scales floating on the surface of it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sid's gonna like knock on Ilvum's door.
Man.
And they come in. Got some juice.
Oh, thank you so much.
No problem. Here
I'm just
you
like
go.
sitting at like the little desk, like furiously scribbling away.
You want to be bothered or left alone?
You can hang out.
Okay. Sid will just kind of chill out on Ilvum's bed.
Okay.
Take like maybe like a little nap. Just kind of zone out and like doze for a few hours.
maybe like help out with a rhyme every now and again if
Yeah.
Ilvum is
Yeah.
like, what rhymes with Colossus?
And be like, hey, does this sound right? And then like we'll like give you like a line.
Hell yeah.
I'm so excited. I got Eldritch Invocations now.
Ooh.
Yay.
Nice. Do I make a cloak of billowing? Should I?
I love cloaks of billowing.
Or
Do it.
smoldering armor? Oh, there's so many choices.
All right. So as you pick your stuff and go through, roll your new hit points and everything,
Ah.
select new spells, all that good stuff. Your day passes. Pretty much an event. Drew, you take your bath. Anything else you do after that?
No, she's gonna take a bath. That's the most she's gonna do, because that's very draining for her, taking a bath.
Okay.
She's not
All right. So you also have
used to that.
you'll have a very relaxing day. Hannibal, you hang out in your room and tinker with magic items.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a wand of secrets.
Okay.
I think. Oh, I
Oh
don't.
baby.
Hannibal.
Oh baby.
Or do
I
I
got that extra attack.
Or do I make a
baby.
veteran's cane so Hannibal can just walk around with a cane?
What is the veteran? Is the veteran's cane the one that turns into a sword?
I'm trying to. Oh yeah, I'm looking. What does it do? Yeah, an ordinary longsword.
Yep, that is the veteran's cane. You would, as you're like thinking about like, should I make one of those? You're like, oh wait, we have one.
Nah, ball sacks.
That is that cane you got. That is the official name for it.
This is really alchemy jug. Yep.
All right.
And you said level up, right?
Yep.
Cool, level 2 wizard.
Preparing for 2 gallons of mayonnaise.
That's right. For pranks. And I'm gonna go School of Transmutation because that makes more sense for Hannibal.
Nice.
So that means I can turn wood into gold.
Ooh.
So I have an idea with that. Make little wooden coins and then. Ooh, I rolled max 6.
Nice. Tank.
That's right. So I'm at 32.
I also rolled max.
I'm still not great for hit points. 32.
All right.
When you level up as wizards, you get to pick new spells or no?
Yeah, I think you should. Yeah.
You learn 2 new spells
Yep.
from the wizard spell list for slots that you have per level up.
Nice. Let's
Mhm.
get. Oh, fine. Floating discs.
I don't know what spell I want.
So yeah, you spend your days pretty uneventfully. However, during the middle of the day, Ilvum, as you're writing, eventually it starts to get towards evening. At some point you have to light the candle on, like a candle or lamp on your desk, just to give yourself some light as it starts to get dark outside. And you're in the middle of talking to Sid when you notice the flickering flame on the candle just stop, and Sid just stop talking mid-sentence. And everything just seems to hang still in the room.
Oh no, this doesn't look good.
And you hear a voice from behind you say, "You do keep getting into dangerous situations, don't you?"
Oh no. Am I in trouble about it, or are we gonna have a laugh?
Well, you haven't died yet, so I'll take that as a win.
It's true, I haven't died yet. I think I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, you are. You're doing very well.
Thanks.
It's my job to worry.
Well, I appreciate it.
I think. Well, so the arrangement sort of that we've got here is that I think I've told you. Have I told you? The god
you
I
might
serve?
have.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Actually.
I serve Cord, god of contest and athleticism, competition, that sort of thing. And the more you challenge yourself and the more you succeed at these things, the more power I will be able to give you.
That is such good news because I've been having so much fun in the bone grinder.
You've been doing very well.
But like, that's cool. What does that like mean for me besides like the whole challenging myself thing? Do I have to like follow Cord now?
No.
Like...
No. This isn't a choice you made, and worship is a choice. But there are certain things living according with Cord's custom, and these things, doing what you already seem to be doing, will allow me to give you more power so that I can see you be more safe.
Okay. And then I guess I'll do some homework on Cord to make sure I'm really staying in line.
All right. There's something that I'm looking into. It's an old ritual that worshippers of Cord used to do. Not many people worship Cord anymore, actually. The nation where he was primarily worshipped fell over a century ago, so he's not terribly popular anymore. But I've been looking into a ritual that perhaps could be helpful for you.
Okay. Do you need me to do anything?
Maybe. I'll let you know when I find out more.
Okay. Cool. That's exciting.
I believe it would make you stronger, though I understand there's a cost. We'll just have to see if the cost is worth it.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Okay. I'll let you return to your sibling.
Okay. It was really nice seeing you again.
You as well. Stay safe.
Bye.
And then the flame flickers back into life and moving, and Sid just continues talking.
So as I was saying, that monk is just so, like, that is who I want to be. Like, you feel me?
What? There's like a really intense blush Ilvum's got on right now. Sorry. Yeah, no, the monk. Yeah, the monk was really cool.
You all right?
Yeah, it got really warm in here all of a sudden.
I'm gonna scream with excitement from my room.
Okay.
Okay, well, let me go open a window and then check on whatever the heck that was.
Okay. I think I also want to check on that.
I will open a window in the room,
Okay.
and then we will go check on Hannibal.
Hannibal, I guess there's a knock at your door.
Hello?
Everything all right?
Yes?
Okay. I heard a scream.
Oh, I'm just excited because I made something and I figured out I can do something really cool now.
Oh, cool. What'd you figure out?
It's a secret. I'll show you later.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Sid's gonna go take a bath and freshen up.
Okay. You'll finish your relaxation, and your long rest effectively comes to an end, and you all complete your long rest as you level up, become more powerful.
A wall of water now.
Ooh.
I literally don't roll anything less than a d6 now for anything.
Nice. Oh, you got up the d6 of unarmed damage?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Everything,
nice.
baby. Everything, baby.
Nice.
Yeah, I can now, if I concentrate for 10 minutes, I think, I can turn one substance into another.
Nice.
So, you know...
I can summon animals now.
I can turn wood into iron, copper, silver.
Nice. All right. So your long rest comes to an end, and it is later in the day at this point. It's pretty much night, evening. You're coming up on the tail end of what would be the performance times downstairs, and LVM did sign up for a performance slot.
I'm gonna... Oh, shit. I think I'm gonna be up soon. And I'm gonna hustle.
Okay. Maybe I was going to, as you all finish freshening up, bathing, resting. Anybody else going down to the main tap room with Ilvam?
I will. I also have a clarification I would like to ask you.
Mhm.
So I have 2 attacks now, and when I use the attack action, I get an unarmed strike as a
Mhm.
free bonus. Does that mean that I get 2 free bonus, or is it just the one?
It's still just the one, so the bonus doesn't
Okay.
change. So you have to, if you want to get, so default is now 3 attacks between action and bonus action. You still, if you spend a key point for flurry of blows, then it becomes 4.
Okay, sick. Thank you.
Yeah, before I go down, I'm gonna fill the alchemy jug with 12 gallons of salt water.
Okay. All right. Y'all head downstairs for an evening of revelry and relaxation, which we'll pick up with at the beginning of next week.
Cradling the alchemy jug like
Yay!
a baby.
All right. So thank you, Chad, for joining us. Always appreciate seeing you
Yes.
and
Thank
your
you,
feedback and
Chad.
thoughts. Hello. Welcome. For those of you, I think we had some new people in the audience, so welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like
See
it.
all of you again for next week as our adventures continue at level 5.
Woo!
Woo! We did it. We
Yeah.
lived. We leveled up.
Yep. Yeah. So
Finally.
yeah, and you got to see some of the people who handle large scale threats to the city
Yeah.
and
And
what
they were
they're
all
capable
so
of.
hot.
We're making a name for ourselves, baby.
Yeah, you are.
We really do be, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Yep.
thank you again, everybody, for joining us. Thank you to my lovely party here and all of the audience for joining us, and I will see all of you again next week.
Yes. And
Farewell. Or
don't
not.
forget, everybody in chat, if you want to watch more D&D goodness, tonight, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time for Descent into Avernus. The party are stranded in the wasteland without a vehicle, and a bunch of vehicles are rolling towards them, so... roadkill, possibly? That's all.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.